This handsome dog is called Hua Xiao and is a police dog. Today is the day he goes to the police station to report. When passing by a flower shop, the trainer Liang Yu stopped the car, and he asked Hua Xiao to wait obediently in the car and get out of the car to buy him something to dress up. After Liang Yu left, Hua Xiao saw a beautiful shepherd dog on the truck next to him, and he couldn't stand the loneliness, so he jumped out of the car window and wanted to say hello to the shepherd dog. However, the shepherd dog is its Sundra little princess who ignores Hua Xiao. Hua Xiao was dazzled by the shepherd dog. He forgot what Liang Yu said. Hearing the shepherd dog owner say that he wanted to go home, Hua Xiao jumped into the truck and followed the shepherd dog. Liang Yu bought a wreath and came back, but didn't see Hua Xiao, and suddenly panicked. Here Hua Xiao came to the destination in a truck. He eloped with his shepherd dog calmly. The owner of the shepherd dog searched for half a night and found them outside the gate after dawn. Seeing Hua Xiao on the side, he was so angry that he scolded Hua Xiao for being a big hooligan and abducted his daughter. The Fengqing Island police station here received a call from the police to arrest a rape suspect. The hostess said that her daughter was raped. Director Fong took a closer look. Isn't this a police dog that was about to report to their police station? The woman asked the officer, "Is this dog yours?" Director Fong said, "It should be." The woman said, "He's a rapist." Director Fong asked him suspiciously who he raped. "My daughter." "Your daughter?" "My daughter. This is my daughter." Director Fong couldn't laugh or cry. This was an attempted rape. The director had no choice but to pay out of his own pocket to compensate the shepherd dog owner for the mental damages, which saved Hua Xiao. Hua Xiao found it, but Director Fong still couldn't forgive Liang Yu. He believes that a police dog is a handgun for a handler. He lost his police dog and lost his gun. He asked Liang Yu to go back and forth from where he took the order. Hua Xiao, who had just arrived at the police station, began to get into trouble, and when he saw the female policeman, he pounced on him. Director Fong desperately hugged him, and the female police officer questioned Hua Xiao. "Hey, I'm wearing a police uniform. You are going to pounce on the suspect. Dare to pounce on me next time, and see how I clean you up." Hua Xiao, who was scolded, stopped honestly. On this day, two foreign tourists went to the Fengqing Island police station to make trouble. They complained about a restaurant for malicious deception and false publicity. The owner of the restaurant has apologized and offered remedial measures, but the two tourists still refuse to give up. Instructor Chun believes that this is a matter of awareness and cannot rise to the legal level. The tourist said, "You are local protectionism at work. It's just bullying our tourists from other places. Aren't you just helping him? How much protection fee does this restaurant pay you a year? Your police on Style Island are too dark. I want to expose you." Hearing a noise, Hua Xiao, who was in the kennel, was so anxious that he crashed into the kennel and went straight to the hall. The female tourist was immediately frightened and shouted, "The police beat someone. The police dog bit someone." Chen Shuqing thinks that Hua Xiao's lust is an old problem, and if he has been taught repeatedly, it is a time bomb, and he may have to poke out the basket again one day. Director Chen said, "We want a police dog, and we want it to be able to work as soon as it comes. That's it. This general work can't be done well. I think let's just return it and replace it with a new one." Director Fong said that if Hua Xiao is sent back, the next police dog will not know that it will have to wait until the year of the monkey in the horse month. The two discussed and finally decided to let Liang Yu come back to teach Hua Xiao. Hua Xiao, who had been resting for a few days, came out again to act as a monster, and he ran wildly at the police station, causing colleagues in the entire police station to chase him. However, no matter how fast the two-legged runner runs, he can't do the four-legged one. Hua Xiao played the police officers around. Someone shouted, "Who let him out?" Director Fong is even more big than one head. Liang Yu, who came to work, was catching up with the police officers who were arresting Hua Xiao, and he immediately stopped the policeman's behavior and said, "Don't chase him. Don't chase him. The faster he chases, he thinks you're playing with him." Then Liang Yu called out to Hua Xiao. Unexpectedly, Hua Xiao ran out immediately. Director Fong gave Liang Yu a task to train Hua Xiao to take up his post within 3 months. Otherwise, he and Hua Xiao would have to leave Fengqing Island. A girl who called the police came to the lobby of the police station here, and she said that she was being followed. She also received frequent threats of terrorist phone calls. The K-pop recognized this girl at a glance as the internet celebrity Red Hot Pepper, who has been very popular on the internet recently. The name of this Red Pepper was not called in vain. She started the live broadcast directly at the police station. Director Fong said, "Hey, stop first, this girl. Don't joke with the police. Are you really here to report the crime?" Director Fong ordered her to put down her mobile phone for registration. After the Red Pepper left, Director Fong felt that the Red Pepper went to the police station to attract attention for the live broadcast, and it was a false case at all. He didn't believe that she was really threatened. When the Red Peppers were broadcasting live at night, the door was suddenly opened, and there was a person standing faintly behind the door. At this time, the Red Pepper also found that a stranger had entered her room. She picked up the bottle on the table, tiptoed up to check, but I saw a black shadow walking by quickly. She was so scared that she wanted to go downstairs and escape. Red Pepper shouted, "ACI, what's wrong with this? Someone really came into my room. ACI, someone wants to kill me." ACI said, "Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, there is me. It's okay, it's okay. After receiving the alarm call, Director Fong immediately rushed to the scene with people. Red Pepper insisted that someone was going to kill her. She was emotionally devastated and asked the police to protect her 24 hours a day. Director Fong had no choice but to agree to her request. Director Fong sent He K-Pak, Liang Yu, and Hua Xiao to carry out protection tasks in the villa of the Red Peppers. When Hua Xiao saw Axie, he shouted loudly. Liang Yu told Hua Xiao that she was his own person and could not kill him in the future. Liang Yu let Hua Xiao smell the smell on Axie's body, and after getting acquainted with it, Hua Xiao would no longer bark. ACI said he was afraid of dogs. He directly refused. But ACI seemed to be a little cleanliness, and after meeting Hua Xiao, he went straight back to the house to take a shower. And after taking a shower, he put his clothes in a bag and threw them into the trash can at the door. He K-Pak noticed Axie's abnormal behavior, and immediately found a pack of clothes in the trash can. She began to suspect ACI in her heart, and reported the situation to Director Fong. The Red Peppers in the villa decided to end the live broadcast and go back to school. Axie's face instantly darkened, and he asked Red Hot Pepper why he decided not to be an internet celebrity so quickly. At this time, K-Pak came over and told Red Pepper there is a new task in the police station, so he and Liang Yu must go back. Red Pepper believes that the murderer has not been caught and cannot be withdrawn so quickly. K-Pak said that the police have investigated and studied, and the so-called murderer is the shadow murderer, and it does not exist at all. He asked the Red Peppers to relax and call the police if there was any situation. After the police withdrew, the man in black appeared again. In a panic, the Red Pepper picked up a sharp knife, quickly ran back to the room, and locked the door. The man in black came to the living room and turned off the lamp. He tiptoed up the stairs and turned the doorknob. He approached step by step, and the Red Peppers held their breath and tried not to make a sound. Just as the door was about to be opened, the police appeared in time. The man in black is actually a close partner with Red Hot Chili Peppers day and night. The police had long been suspicious of him, so they pretended to withdraw to test whether Asai would show his feet. And the reason why Ashi did this was that she was dissatisfied with the Red Hot Chili Peppers' sudden unwillingness to be an internet celebrity to make money, so she pretended to be a man in black to scare her. ACI said, I won't allow you to do this. You are not allowed to be Fong Fong. You are the only one with red peppers on the surface, but in fact, I am also a red pepper. I have worked hard to make the account of Red Peppers make a lot of money. What right do you have to withdraw? Only I can protect you. We are Red Peppers forever. A group of beauties got off the bus, all fair-skinned and beautiful with long legs. After Hua Xiao, who was on patrol, smelled the smell of the beauty, he actually began to get excited and pounced on him one after another, not listening to Liang Yu's instructions at all. After returning to the police station, Hua Xiao was still very excited. He kept wandering around the kennel. Unable to stand the loneliness, he secretly broke open the door of the kennel and rushed all the way to find the group of beauties. The beauties on the stage were frightened to the point of losing their faces, but fortunately, Liang Yu and other police officers arrived in time and forcibly took Hua Xiao back to the police station. After Director Chen learned about this, he lost his temper at Hua Xiao and said, when you see a beautiful woman, you will pounce. Although you are a police dog, you represent the image of our people's police. Director Chen also asked Liang Yu not to give Hua Xiao a meal at noon, giving him a small lesson. K-Pak felt that the police dog was carrying out the orders of the trainer, and the reason why Hua Xiao was so rogue might be with the trainer. She said unceremoniously, who brings what dog? When it was time to eat, Hua Xiao held his rice bowl in his mouth, squatted at the door of the kennel, and looked around. And Director Chen was eating not far from Hua Xiao. At this time, he received a call that his son Guoguo was locked out of the door because he didn't bring the key, so he had to put down the rice bowl he hadn't finished and hurried home. Hua Xiao on the side ran over with his empty rice bowl in his mouth. He arrogantly placed his rice bowl on the table. Seeing that there was meat in Director Chen's rice bowl, Hua Xiao did not hesitate to take Director Chen's rice bowl back to the kennel. Director Fong came out to wash the dishes. He saw the rice bowl on the table and mistakenly thought it was Chen Jiao's. So he washed the rice bowl that originally belonged to Hua Xiao and put it on Director Chen's desk. A few days later, Director Fong went to the canteen to eat and accidentally found that there was a chung on the bottom of the rice bowl that Hua Xiao was eating. And he took the rice bowl and went to the canteen to find Chen Jiao. He wanted to see if there were any words under his rice bowl. At this time, Director Chen was looking for food in the rice bowl with his eyes closed, the purpose of which was to strengthen and stimulate the brain. Director Fong calmly changed Director Chen's rice bowl. He just wanted to see if there were any words under the rice bowl that Director Chen was eating. Unexpectedly, it was discovered by Director Chen. Director Chen said, "What are you doing?" He hesitated for a while before discovering the facts. Director Chen said, "This is not my pot. It's not." Director Fong said with a puzzled expression, "Where's my pot?" Then everyone ran to the door and saw Hua Xiao holding Chen's rice bowl. Liang Yu's eyes widened in fright. Director Chen here closed his eyes in despair and asked, "How many days has it been?" Director Chun vomited in disgust. Liang Yu and Director Fong both apologized to Director Chun, who was so angry that he left without eating. Liang Yu didn't have any way to take Hua Xiao, and asked him, "Don't you want to do it here? Have you ever seen a police dog that will take revenge?" Hua Xiao couldn't hold back his excitement when he smelled the aroma of meat, and he sneaked to the police officer's dormitory to sit on Mo Sen's bed. Mo's son angrily let Hua Xiao out, and Hua Xiao stuck out his long tongue and drooled nonstop. Ma Sen said, "You kid is thinking about my soup, right? You let me tell you, Hua Xiao, don't have your share, get out." Mo's son helped K-Pak serve soup while triumphantly praising his craftsmanship. Hua Xiao saw that he had no share of himself, so he called out. Mo Sen said, "I told you, the soup and meat are not yours, don't worry about it. Get out of your house." Hua Xiao's cry attracted Liang Yu. He stood at Mo Sen's door, asking Hua Xiao to hurry back and not stay in other people's houses. Liang Yu was a little sad, and he told Mo's son that it was Hua Xiao's dormitory, not called nest. Ma Sen said that it was okay to let him change his words, provided that Hua Xiao could change. He pounced on the beauty as soon as he saw it. Liang Yu could only silently leave with Hua Xiao. Liang Yu, who had just taken a bath, met K-Pak in the corridor. K-Pak unceremoniously said that Hua Xiao's qualifications were mediocre and he had no potential to be a police dog. She also said in her words, "Who brings what dog?" Hua Xiao likes beautiful women so much, and his trainer is also a big carrot. Liang Yu did not refute, but asked K-Pak to wait and see. Liang Yu took leave to see his girlfriend, and Director Fong asked him to hand over Hua Xiao to Master Wu's care. In the evening, Hua Xiao played alone on the basketball court. He ran around chasing the ball and got tired of playing after a while. He decided to do something big. He ran to K-Pak's room and searched the room for a while. Hua Xiao saw the doll on the bed, then picked up the doll and ran out. Master Wu came to the kennel. Hua Xiao was staying in his little bed honestly. Master Wu felt that Hua Xiao was too well behaved, so he got up and went to the kitchen to get bones to reward him. Daily necessities such as combs and leather shoes were found stolen in the police officer's dormitory here. Mo Sen comforted everyone that thieves could not enter the police station. He asked everyone to look for it. Mo Sen pushed open the door and found Hua Xiao lying on his bed again, because he had stewed meat again. Mo Sen once again drove Hua Xiao away. After Hua Xiao left, everyone came back to their senses and unanimously suspected that Hua Xiao did the theft. They tiptoed to the kennel to check, and nothing unusual was found in the kennel, and Hua Xiao was still lying on his cot as usual. The police couldn't help but wonder if the dormitory was really burglarized. Liang Yu, who had a meeting with her girlfriend, hurriedly ran back to the police station. As soon as he came back, he met K-Pak, and after learning from him about the thief in the dormitory, he guessed that Hua Xiao did it. He hurried to the kennel, where all the things that his colleagues had lost. Liang Yu said, "You are going to provoke public anger. I can't save you. What now? Do I admit it or not? People don't like you in the first place, and if I admit it, you can't stay here." At this time, K-Pak came over, and as soon as she came in, she saw that the doll that had followed her for many years had been bitten by Hua Xiao. She walked over and hugged the doll in her arms and cried loudly. As soon as the beautiful policeman got out of the car, Hua Xiao rushed towards her excitedly. The female policeman smashed the bag directly at Hua Xiao with lightning speed. Hua Xiao was frightened and lay on the ground trembling. Liang Yu stood up and apologized to the other party. The policewoman said, "Are you his trainer? Your dog lacks training." The female policeman Hua Xiao provoked was Tang Wei, a legendary woman in the police force, who was agile and skilled, and could knock a strong male police officer to the ground in 2 or 3 strokes. The purpose of her visit to the Fengqing Island police station this time was to let Director Fong assist him in handling the case. There is a criminal Qian Laolu who has absconded for many years, and because his son is married, he has sneaked back to Fengqing Island. Tang Wei asked Director Fong to send 2 people who were familiar with the terrain and had neat legs and feet. Director Fong sent Liang Yu, K-Pak, and Hua Xiao to assist Tang Wei in arresting people. Before leaving, Tang Wei told them that this operation must strictly obey the command. When they arrived at Qian Lao's house, Tang Wei and the criminal police got out of the car and pretended to be guests and walked into the compound. He asked Liang Yu and Hua Xiao to stay in the car and wait. With the help of the informant, Tang Wei came directly to Qian Lao's bedroom to find some useful clues. Liang Yu and Hua Xiao in the car had nothing to do, and happened to see a woman walking into the compound with a pup. Liang Yu said to Hua Xiao, "They can go in, why can't we? Do you think so too?" Liang Yu did not obey Tang Wei's order and took Hua Xiao out of the car. Liang Yu and Hua Xiao were stopped by the welcome lady. The welcome lady said, "Ouch, sir, your dog can't be brought in." Liang Yu said, "He is also a good buddy of the groom, and he must let me bring him here. Say hello to this beautiful sister." Hua Xiao's cleverness and cuteness touched the heart of the welcome lady, so he agreed to let them in. In the yard, when K-Pak saw Liang Yu, he urgently notified Tang Wei. Everyone was afraid that Liang Yu and Hua Xiao would startle the snake, so they immediately chased after them. Hua Xiao walked around the yard, listening to the movement and sniffing the breath in the air. Finally, Hua Xiao walked to the woodpile and lay down to warm. Liang Yu approached to find out, but then a person suddenly pushed away the firewood on it, and ran out like crazy. Hua Xiao, chase! Liang Yu followed behind and accidentally broke her foot. Hua Xiao saw Liang Yu fall and ran back. He K-Pak and the detectives happened to bump into Qian Laolu, who was fleeing, and they chased after him and surrounded him on the second floor of the house. Liang Yu endured the pain in her feet and chased after Hua Xiao as well. Although the suspect was caught, Tang Wei was still very angry. She said that Hua Xiao almost ruined today's operation, saying, "This police dog doesn't understand, and he doesn't understand this policeman." Collective action. If you don't listen to the command, you act without authorization. Do you know how much disaster or even sacrifice it can bring to your colleagues? Director Fong was eager to protect the calf, so he asked Liang Yu to go back and reflect first. Tang Wei asked Director Fong to quickly send Hua Xiao away. He thought that Hua Xiao was a time bomb that would sabotage the operation at any time. Director Fong believes that the advantages of police dogs are irreplaceable. He said, "We can't use this police dog as a tool to solve crimes. It is a loyal companion of our police, and it is not just a cold device. It has flesh and blood and emotions." Hey, many times people should really learn from dogs. There was a case of underwear theft in the university girls' dormitory, and Director Fong sent he K-Pak and Liang Yu to take Hua Xiao to check. When they came to the campus, they learned from the director of teaching that after the lights were turned off in the dormitory at night, they would patrol the perimeter of the dormitory building to rule out the possibility of burglary. They initially suspected that someone had climbed over from the balcony, but no signs of climbing were found on the balcony. She went to ask the female classmate who had lost her underwear about the situation, and Liang Yu took Hua Xiao to patrol the campus. After the two met, he K-Pak told Liang Yu that there was no regularity at all in what everyone lost. In addition to losing underwear, there were also leggings and socks. He K-Pak felt that the thief was not as simple as a perverted pervert, but a completely casual crime. The two had no clue and decided to lock in a dormitory and stay there to wait for the rabbit. He K-Pak asked the girls in the dormitory to hang their intimate clothes on the balcony, and she and Liang Yu waited in the dormitory opposite for the arrival of the perverted pervert. He K-Pak said, "If he doesn't come today, that means he must be a student of this school, because all the students in the school know our plan. If he comes, he will definitely bring new clues. So whether he comes or not, it's good for us." By midnight, both of them were a little sleepy, just chatted. After a while, Liang Yu found that one pajamas were missing on the balcony. The two suddenly felt that something was wrong, and hurriedly went to the dormitory building to ask Aunt Gon, the dormitory manager. Aunt Gon said that she had been staying downstairs and did not see anyone coming in or out. The K-Pak thought that the person was still in the building and should not have gone far. The director of instruction directly took the key and led them upstairs. "When I came to the dormitory where the clothes were stolen, the dormitory door was locked well, and the clothes hanging on the balcony disappeared out of thin air. Could it be that Spider-Man climbed the wall to steal it?" Liang Yu thought that there was only one possibility for this situation. That is, the perverted pervert was a girl, and she had the key, so she went directly to another dormitory to hide after stealing something. So he took Hua Xiao to the dormitory building to search. Hua Xiao smelled the entire dormitory building, but he didn't find anything unusual. Just when Aunt Gon, the dormitory manager, came over, Hua Xiao suddenly made a sound, which was a warning to Liang Yu. Liang Yu immediately offered to check Aunt Gon's dormitory. Hua Xiao entered the room and kept smelling, and finally lay down in front of Aunt Gon's closet. Liang Yu asked Aunt Gon to open the cabinet, and when the cabinet was opened, there were the stolen underwear lying inside. Aunt Gon was taken back to the police station for questioning, but she never admitted that she stole the underwear. She said that she usually likes to rummage through trash cans, clean up the things thrown out by students, and leave them when she sees that these underwear are beautiful. She picked up all the underwear in the dormitory cabinet from the trash can. Director Fong saw Aunt Gon's reaction, and he asked Liang Yu not to rush to interrogate him and wait until the evening. Due to Hua Xiao's outstanding performance, Director Fong also invited Hua Xiao to attend the meeting. Just as the meeting was about to start, the police station received another report. Another underwear was stolen from the women's dormitory building of the university. Director Fong said, "When I entered the dormitory door yesterday, did I think Aunt Gon had a problem? Sniff and sniff at Aunt Gon's feet all the time." In the underwear theft case, due to Hua Xiao's outstanding performance, Director Fong also specially organized a commendation meeting. At this moment, the police station received another report that the perverted pervert of the university appeared again. He K-Pak and Liang Yu hurried over with Hua Xiao. This time, according to what Aunt Gon said, they rummaged through the trash cans on campus. They found a stolen underwear in the trash can, and there were some white pieces of plastic next to the underwear. Liang Yu thought that these white plastic pieces were on a model plane, and they boldly guessed that the perverted pervert might have a small plane that could be manipulated at will. He used the plane to steal underwear from the balcony. Thinking of this, the two hurriedly went to the teacher to understand the situation. "I learned from the teacher that the university holds a model aircraft competition every year." So Liang Yu asked the teacher to gather all the members of the Model Aircraft Association. He asked Hua Xiao to go to the students to smell the smell. Hua Xiao kept searching in the crowd, and after some inspection, Hua Xiao found a suspicious smell. He circled around the suspect and finally sat down next to the man with glasses. Kapok felt very strange. The man with glasses did not have a model aircraft in his hands. The teacher walked over and asked the man with glasses why he didn't bring a model aircraft, and the man with glasses said seriously that his model aircraft was not sounding, which was a blockbuster. The teacher proposed to go to his dormitory to see the model aircraft, but he hesitated and said that the model aircraft was still being repaired and it was inconvenient to go there. While everyone was still in the playground, the teacher took Liang Yu and the others to the glasses man's dormitory. Hua Xiao quickly locked his target, and he sat down by the closet. After a while, Liang Yu found a model airplane in the closet. The plane not only had clips, but also night vision cameras. In order to verify the performance of the plane, Liang Yu controlled the plane to easily clip off the socks on the balcony of the dormitory. The man with glasses shouted, "What are you doing?" The man with glasses was taken back to the police station, and he called his model aircraft Xiaoqi. The clothes are just to test the performance, so that Xiaoqi can become more and more perfect. He did not admit that his actions were theft even after he was killed, and he felt that he was doing a great scientific practice. He also said cheaply that he had guessed that the police were setting him up the night before yesterday. The policeman asked, "You know, you still dare to attack?" The man with glasses replied, "It would be more exciting and challenging. My little seven is really omnipotent, and under your supervision, I can still successfully complete the task without dishonoring my mission." The man with glasses also said he wasn't interested in those underwear at all. The only thing he cared about was his little seven. Kapok believes that this behavior is theft. The man with glasses said, "Comrade policeman, let me emphasize again. I am not stealing. I think you have made a serious and low-level logical mistake. Successfully acquiring underwear is not my goal, but a means. Every practice I do is to test and improve my designs." Kapok felt that he had no common language with this person, so he handed over the man with glasses to Liang Yu. Liang Yu asked, "Anyway, you admit it. You used Xiaoqi to take the underwear from the girl's dormitory and put it in the trash, right?" The man with glasses said, "Yes." After this clear answer, Liang Yu hurriedly escaped, leaving only the man with glasses roaring, "I said it. This is scientific practice." Scientific practice. Liang Yu and Hua Xiao went to carry out maritime patrol work. Liang Yu and Hua Xiao couldn't hide their painful expressions during the patrol because they were seasick. After going ashore, Liang Yu squatted weakly on the ground. Someone asked, "What's wrong with him?" Someone said, "It is estimated that it is seasickness." The police are seasick too? It's too squeamish to faint like this on a boat. Honggu's cynicism made Liang Yu even more embarrassed, and he decided to train actively to overcome seasickness. Director Fong was enthusiastically sharing with Director Chen a poem he had written, which he wrote for Hua Xiao's treatment of seasickness. Director Fong recited impassionedly, but Director Chen looked loveless. Director Fong, who finished reading the poem, also asked him to comment, and Director Chen quickly shirked and said that the poem was written to Hua Xiao and should be asked. Director Fong came to Liang Yu and took out his newly released masterpiece. He wants to treat seasickness for Hua Xiao. Director Fong read, "Ah, the sea." As soon as Liang Yu heard the word sea, she immediately felt sick to her stomach. Director Fong thought that Liang Yu was deeply moved by the artistic conception and said that his reaction was right. At this time, Liang Yu held back and covered her mouth, suppressing the status quo of wanting to vomit. Director Fong continued to read, "Why are you so unruly? So surging? You are like an elusive maiden, undulating and unpredictable. And you are sometimes quiet, sometimes agitated, sometimes cold, sometimes boiling." This boiling directly made Liang Yu's stomach turn upside down. Director Fong pulled Liang Yu and asked him to hold on. Liang Yu couldn't hold it anymore and ran to the bathroom with her mouth covered. Director Fong said, "It's a pity, just stick to this half sentence." In the evening, Director Fong wrote a love poem on a whim, and he was very excited and wanted to find someone to share. Thinking about it, "I want to read it to Hua Xiao." He sneaked to the kennel, sat next to Hua Xiao, and recited it with enthusiasm. Hua Xiao's face was helpless. After Director Fong finished reading the poem, he saw that Hua Xiao was a little excited, and he thought that Hua Xiao was amazed by the poem he wrote. Director Fong felt that he really had the talent of a poet. He is simply possessed by the god of poetry, and when inspiration comes, he can write a poem with an intention in half an hour. He felt that it was necessary to read such a beautiful poem again. How many years of wind did it take to build this world? How many walks have I walked? Just came to you? Do you see the wind and frost on my face? That dust, that moment, is my love for you. Director Fong's wave of operations directly made Hua Xiao depressed. The next morning, Liang Yu came to the kennel and found that Hua Xiao was missing. Everyone went out anxiously to look for it. Liang Yu and her colleagues searched all morning, but they couldn't find Hua Xiao. Someone asked, "Did anything abnormal happen from last night to this morning?" Liang Yu said, "No, everything is normal." "Who was the last to see it?" Director Fong said, "It should be me." Liang Yu asked, "What are you doing?" Director Fong said, "I read a love poem to Hua Xiao, and then we exchanged." Director Chen said, "Do you exchange love poems with Hua Xiao?" "You don't. Do you play the guitar to the cow?" "Love poems. I know where he is." Liang Yu, who reacted, immediately came to a gym in Hua Xiao at this time. He was having fun with a little named Rachel. Director Fong wrote a love poem, and he didn't know who to share it with. So he came to the kennel and read it to Hua Xiao with great interest. He didn't know if Hua Xiao could understand, but he vented all his enthusiasm. Hua Xiao's inner OS. You. Do you see the frost on my face? You old six. I didn't see the wind and frost on your face. I only saw a conspicuous bag. After listening to Director Fong's poem, Hua Xiao actually felt spring and sneaked out to find a girlfriend at night, which made it easy for colleagues at the police station to find. Liang Yu learned that Hua Xiao went out after listening to Director Fong's love poem last night, so she thought that Hua Xiao might go to a place. Sure enough, Liang Yu found Hua Xiao at the door of a gym, where he was playing with a female dog named Rachel. Rachel was separated from her master before, was taken to the police station and lived with Hua Xiao, and their relationship was very good. Rachel's owner was very supportive of their relationship, and he hoped that Liang Yu would bring Hua Xiao over to play with Rachel. Back at the police station, Instructor Chen gave Hua Xiao a lecture. You said you've only been here for a few days? Huh, just thinking about finding a girlfriend? You're too anxious, aren't you? Instructor Chen said that many male police officers in the institute have been here for 3 or 5 years, and they have always been playing. Like Hua Xiao, Director Fong's children are all over the ground with soy sauce. Instructor Chen said, if you leave your post without authorization during working hours, if you are a police officer, I will give you a big mistake. Chen teaches that Hua Xiao's repeated violations of peach blossoms should be forcibly prohibited. After training Hua Xiao, he came to the outside of the kennel, and he angrily said that Director Fong had taught Hua Xiao badly. K-pop said that Hua Xiao and Rachel are in love. Chen said, that's not allowed. Police dogs are also police workers, and our police standards are strict with themselves. After Instructor Chen left, Director Fong grabbed Liang Yu and asked, can police dogs really understand love poems? He wanted to know if the poems he wrote were really shocking. But Liang Yu's mind was not on the verses at all, and she was thinking about where Hua Xiao ran out. Master Wu said he saw Hua Xiao jumping out of the back wall. As soon as he heard that the courtyard wall couldn't stop Hua Xiao from wanting to fall in love, Director Fong told Liang Yu, Hua Xiao can't have a puppy outside. This is really naked jealousy. In the evening, Liang Yu went to the kennel to discuss falling in love with Hua Xiao. Liang Yu is not opposed to Hua Xiao falling in love, but as a police dog, he has very high requirements in terms of physical strength, endurance, and concentration, and falling in love will distract and affect work. Liang Yu said, besides, you are only 2 years old. What kind of love are you in love at such a young age? If I fall in love so much, I have to be beaten to death by my mother. Liang Yu did not allow Hua Xiao to go out to find Rachel privately. If she really wanted to see her, she could accompany Hua Xiao there. Liang Yu didn't ask Hua Xiao's opinion, so she set the rules privately. Hua Xiao's face was 100 unhappy, and Liang Yu turned a blind eye. Hua Xiao never dreamed that his relationship would be so unfavorable, and the dog life would not go well. Liang Yu and his girlfriend went to a restaurant for dinner, but the restaurant owner refused Hua Xiao to enter on the grounds that pets were not allowed to enter. Liang Yu was a little hesitant and wanted to change to another restaurant, but his girlfriend Xiaoyan insisted on eating at this restaurant. Liang Yu couldn't resist Xiaoyan, so she had to tie Hua Xiao to the pillar outside. Liang Yu was afraid that Hua Xiao would be bored, so he asked him to watch the beauties on the road past the time. The premise is that you can only watch and not pounce. During the meal, Liang Yu's eyes never left Hua Xiao, which made Xiaoyan very impatient. Suddenly there was a noise outside the door. Liang Yu rushed out and found a girl falling to the ground, and Hua Xiao was squatting quietly next to the girl. Liang Yu shouted, Hua Xiao, come here. Hey, is the child okay? How could this be? Is the baby okay? Baby, I'm sorry, this is my dog, I'm sorry. The girl's mother shouted, is this your dog? You don't take such a big dog, and watch it well. Keep it on a leash. My child is only 2 years old. In case something happens to you, I won't finish with you. Liang Yu said, don't worry, let's see if the child is okay. Others said, yes, you can see if there is a problem with the child. And if there is a problem, I will be responsible, okay? The girl's mother said, are you responsible? This is my daughter. How are you responsible? Don't run around with a wild dog, you know. Liang Yu and the others immediately sent the fallen girl to the hospital for examination. The test results came out, and the child did not have any problems, but was a little frightened. But the little girl's family was reluctant to give up on this matter, threatened to end with these police. The girl's mother said, the doctor said that the child was indeed frightened, and I don't know if there will be any psychological shadow. If there is really something psychologically wrong because of this, it will be much more serious than a bite. The doctor said that the child is still young. Memories will slowly blur and should not leave psychological shadows. The girl's mother denied the doctor's opinion. She said that she had a colleague who was bitten by a dog when she was a child, and now she can't see any animals. Even ants are scared, and she eats vegan. I can't touch the meat, she said. My baby will get married and have children in the future. You say that if she is vegan, how can she provide nutrition for the fetus when she is pregnant in the future? They intensified their demands on Liang Yu to compensate for the losses and hold Hua Xiao responsible. Liang Yu asked them to go to the unit to complain to him, and he would definitely bear the responsibility. But Hua Xiao is a police dog and a staff member, and he is not qualified to deal with it. The incident of a police dog biting a girl has spread widely on the internet. In the police station, Professor Chen took the petition of the common people and strongly demanded that Liang Yu and Hua Xiao be sent away. He said, if it is not dealt with, the work of the police station will be very passive in the future. Director Fong said that the matter has not been investigated clearly. Is it a bit too hasty? Director Fong said, everything must be evidence, and it can't be over with just a few words. Aren't the photos and videos on the internet all evidence? Director Fong said that those videos were all taken by onlookers afterwards, and so far there is no direct evidence to prove that Hua Xiao fell down. Director Fong said, from the birth of a police dog, to the screening, to the training, every procedure is scientific and rigorous. It doesn't bite people for no reason, it must be for a reason. Chun Jiao said, I knew that you would protect it. I don't object to you valuing police dogs, but don't forget that we have worked hard for so many years. Which of our honors is earned by police dogs? We are grassroots policing, and people are more important than dogs. Director Fong said that Professor Chen still had an opinion on Hua Xiao, and joked whether he still hated Hua Xiao for sharing a rice bowl with. Professor Chen told him not to mention this matter, and he was angry when he talked about it. Professor Chen said solemnly that he did this for the hard-won honor of the police station over the years. He said, this matter must be clarified as soon as possible. Give an explanation to the people of Fengqing Island. Liang Yu blamed herself very much because of Hua Xiao's affairs, and she didn't believe that Hua Xiao would bite the child for no reason. K-Pop said that Hua Xiao was more vicious this time, and now people outside say that there is a vicious dog in the police station that specializes in biting children. Liang Yu said that she did not discipline Hua Xiao well, and she would be punished if she wanted to be punished. K-Pop believed that Hua Xiao was innocent, and she decided to accompany Liang Yu to investigate the matter. When I came to the scene of the incident, a billboard placed at the door was gone. K-Pop took a closer look and found a camera outside the restaurant. When K-Pop and Liang Yu proposed to call out the surveillance, the boss hesitated and said that the camera had been broken a long time ago, and the current camera was a decoration. The restaurateur asked tentatively, isn't the child okay? Why hasn't this matter been resolved yet? K-Pop felt that the boss's words were a little strange, so he asked the boss to take down the camera and lied that he could help repair it. Unexpectedly, the restaurateur immediately changed the subject. He said that the restaurant has launched 2 new dishes for the 2 police officers to try. K-Pop suspected that the boss was lying, so she called Director Fong. Director Fong came to the restaurant and asked the boss to check the camera. The boss said, it's really unfortunate, the camera is broken. Director Fong asked him if he had reported for repairs. The boss said he had reported for repairs, but the other party did not come for a long time. Director Fong deliberately said that he was very familiar with the people from the maintenance company and could help ask. Seeing that his lies were about to be exposed, the restaurant owner had to admit that the camera was not broken, saying that he opened the door to do business and didn't want to cause trouble. Can only lie cheekily. With the surveillance video, Hua Xiao's grievances are finally going to be rehabilitated. In the video, the little girl has been shaking the billboard in front of the store to play, and the girl's father is on the phone and has not noticed anything unusual. Hua Xiao seemed to have a premonition of danger here. Keep calling. Seeing that the heavy billboard was about to smash the little girl, Hua Xiao desperately broke free from the rope and stepped forward to pounce on it, which saved the day. There was a burst of applause in the conference room, and Hua Xiao not only did not hurt anyone, but also made meritorious contributions. Qin Jiao was wronged by Hua Xiao before. Feeling particularly embarrassed, he apologized to Hua Xiao, but Hua Xiao had no intention of forgiving him at all. Hua Xiao won everyone's trust, and even Mo San, who had never welcomed him, specially stewed a pot of soup to reward Hua Xiao. In the evening, Professor Chen quietly came to the kennel with snacks. Chen said, hey, Hua Xiao, don't be fierce, don't be fierce. Hua Xiao didn't appreciate it at all, and kept calling at him. While teaching and praising Hua Xiao, Chen did not forget to let him get rid of his bad habit of loving beautiful women. Chen Jiao said, you have to change your amorous problem. Chen's words made Hua Xiao irritable. Thinking that his love was buried in the hands of this man, Hua Xiao screamed at Chen Jiao. Professor Chen was bored and could only walk away in despair. As a trained police dog, Hua Xiao has practiced a good kung fu. I saw him holding his head high, fearlessly drill through the hoops, and easily fly over obstacles, and the relevant training is completed in one go. This smooth action is amazing, and everyone is praising Hua Xiao for being well-trained and good-looking, worthy of being a strictly trained police dog. When Liang, a cat breeder, saw Hua Xiao's wonderful performance, he had an idea to train his pet cat Blackback into a super police cat. But Heibei did not obey the instructions at all, which gave Liang a headache. After returning home, he watched Hua Xiao's performance repeatedly and figured out his cat training skills. Liang said, it is said that this family is not easy to train pets, so I don't believe it. I also watched the police dog performance at the police station. It's good, and I don't think it's too difficult. Liang decided to teach the Blackback well, and one day he would also solve the case and become a super police cat who could investigate and handle cases. But the Blackback didn't want to be a big hero at all, and when he heard Li Yang's nagging, he hid in the refrigerator, and the main thing was to rot. At this time, Aunt Zhang downstairs came over and told Li Yang about the theft of the owner's house downstairs last night, and said that the owner had called the police. The police came to deal with it immediately. As soon as Li Yang heard that there was a theft, he thought that the opportunity for the black bat to become a super police cat had come. It backfired, and Li Yang was taken to the police station because he jumped up and down in the stolen owner's house with a black bat. Destroy the crime scene to the point of decency. Li Yang destroyed the first scene, and the police suspected him of committing the crime. After interrogation, Li Yang and his friends were drinking in a bar at the time of the crime, and he did not have time to commit the crime. P.K.Pak asked Li Yang why he went to the crime scene. Li Yang said that he and Hebei went to solve the case. P.K.Pak said, "Why do you solve the case?" Li Yang said, "I rely on it. Let me tell you, this is the super police Elvis I trained myself. It's amazing." P.K.Pak and Mo-sun couldn't hold back their laughter. Li Yang said that he had a dream of being a police officer since he was a child, but unfortunately it did not come true. Ever since I saw Hua Xiao's wonderful performance, I thought about training his black back into a super police cat and investigating and handling cases like Hua Xiao, so that he could also help him realize his desire to be a police. Mo-sun said, "Did this guy watch too much of Black Cat Sheriff when he was a child?" Li Yang was influenced by Hua Xiao and went crazy in order to train cats. Instructor Chun reminded Liang Yu that it is a good thing that Hua Xiao has the ability, but after becoming too famous, there will be many young people and ignorant children imitate and turn their pets into police dogs, which is going to cause trouble. He asked Liang Yu to be low-key and pay attention to the impact. After Liang Yu came out of Instructor Chen's office, she saw P.K.Pak waiting for him. P.K.Pak hurriedly handed over the mobile phone. He said that Liang Yu's girlfriend was on the hot search. Liang Yu was shocked when she saw the photo of Li Yin wearing a police uniform on her mobile phone. Because of this incident, Liang Yu was punished. He told Li Yin that the uniform is not worn when you want to, which is disrespectful to the police. It is illegal to wear a police uniform privately. Li Yin apologized repeatedly and vowed never to do this again. The police dog Hua Xiao suddenly lost control and pounced directly on a girl. It turned out that this girl was Zhao Jinxiong, Hua Xiao's former instructor. Liang Yu was surprised all the time. He thought Zhao Jinxiong was a man, but he didn't think he was a girl. Hua Xiao was very happy and stayed by Zhao Jinxiong's side obediently. Zhao Jinxiong asked Hua Xiao about the situation here, and everyone said it was very good. The only drawback was that he was lustful, and he couldn't open his legs when he saw a beautiful woman. Seeing that Zhao Jinxiong was a girl, Liang Yu reacted that Hua Xiao loved to pounce on girls, and he regarded those girls as Zhao Jinxiong. Professor Chin was curious about the attempted rape committed by Hua Xiao on the first day when he came to the police station. How to explain? Zhao Jinxiong said that he used to have a border shepherd at home, a girl, and had a good relationship with Hua Xiao. Director Fong said, "Paradise, did you hear that? Hua Xiao didn't do what you said. He regarded that border shepherd as a good partner who grew up with him since he was a child." Director Fong and Professor Chun were deeply touched after learning about this. They had always misunderstood that Hua Xiao was lustful, but in fact, he was affectionate and righteous, and he could not forget his former trainer and playmate. But the reunion is always so short, and Zhao Jinxiong is leaving. She reluctantly hugged Hua Xiao. Let him be obedient and be an excellent police dog. Hua Xiao was so anxious that he howled, and the sadness of parting permeated all around. Hua Xiao, who was usually quiet, became uneasy, and he stared intently at the figure of the trainer, which was all reluctant in Hua Xiao's eyes. As a police dog, he can't do anything in the face of parting. The figure that once breathed and ran in the time could not catch up with time after all. The deep relationship between Hua Xiao and the instructor is moving. Liang Yu knew that Hua Xiao missed Zhao Jinxiong, but he told Hua Xiao not to put the road away. Every woman he saw on the mountain regarded her as her, otherwise Professor Chun would have to teach again. The next day, Liang Yu took Hua Xiao on patrol, and Hua Xiao saw a beautiful woman in a short skirt who couldn't walk again. Liang Yu's brain was buzzing, and what she said last night was nonsense. At this time, the beauty accidentally let go of the stroller in her hand because she answered the phone. The stroller lost its balance in an instant and slid down the slope. Hua Xiao sensed the danger and quickly ran over. Hua Xiao's speed is like a gust of wind and light. I saw him jump and hold the stroller firmly. The beautiful woman picked up the child and kept thanking her. Liang Yu was very satisfied with Hua Xiao's actions. When he came to the beach, Hua Xiao saw a girl in a blue skirt running towards the beach, and he broke free from Liang Yu and flew over. The boy who was taking pictures thought that Hua Xiao was going to attack his girlfriend, so Sa Yazi chased after him. Hua Xiao ran to the girl and shouted. The girl was so frightened that she turned around and ran away, hiding behind her boyfriend and shivering. The boy shouted, "Hey, comrade police, what's wrong with your police dog? How do you bite people everywhere?" Liang Yu said, "Don't get me wrong. It just saw your girlfriend running to the sea and thought she was going to commit suicide, so it ran over to stop her." The boy said, Oh, that's right." Director Fong felt that Hua Xiao was getting better and better, and he decided to let Hua Xiao officially take office. A man called the police and said, "A strange man in the house is more terrible than a thief." The man found a pair of black underwear of unknown origin at home, and he asked the police to help find out the origin of the thing. His wife disliked him for being embarrassed. The man said, "I didn't do anything wrong. Who did I lose? This thing is not yours." The woman said, "Of course it's not mine. It's mine. Why do I ask you to do it? It's really shameless." The man said, "The shameless person is not me. It's you." The man's name is Qin Lang, and he told the police that he had been drinking at a friend's house last night. Only his daughter-in-law Su Ming was at home alone, and she found this thing when she came home in the morning. He insisted that a strange man entered the house last night, and he was sure that his wife had cheated. Su Ming said that she was innocent, but now she was so misunderstood, and she clamored for the police to return her innocence. K-Pak said that this kind of thing belongs to the personal privacy of the family, and it is inconvenient for the police to intervene. Qin Lang said, "If you don't help me find out about this matter, the consequences will be very serious. If you don't care, police officer, something big will happen to our family today." K-Pak and Liang Yu went to the room to discuss countermeasures. Qin Lang in the living room was suddenly angrily asked Su Ming to hand over the man. Su Ming felt that he was unreasonable and should see a psychiatrist. Qin Lang said, "Where are you going? Let go. You still have to go to him, right? You are not allowed to go anywhere. You stay at home for me. Let go. Su Ming, don't force me." The police said, "Sir, please let go of your wife. Domestic violence is illegal." Qin Lang said, "You must help me find out whose underwear is this." K-Pak said indignantly that there was no direct evidence to prove that someone had come in last night, and even if someone came in, there was no illegal act. The police have no right to investigate. Seeing that Qin Lang was going to be rough with Su Ming, Liang Yu promised them to find out the owner of the underwear, provided that they must control their emotions before the matter is investigated. K-Pak and Liang Yu came to patrol downstairs in the community. Liang Yu thought that Qin Lang was a little nervous, and Su Ming should have been wronged. At this moment, they met Honggu. "I learned from Honggu that Qin Lang is a down-and-out painter who has never had a business opening a gallery. But Su Ming is a photographer who can make a lot of money. It is precisely because Su Ming earns a lot of money that Qin Lang has a reason to hang out at home comfortably." At this time, Hua Xiao suddenly became restless, ran away, and stopped in front of a woman in a yellow dress. Liang Yu and K-Pak walked over and took out their underwear. The woman was embarrassed to admit that it was hers. In order to apologize, the woman went to Qin Lang's house to resolve the misunderstanding. She said, "I will definitely pay attention in the future. I will never hang these things on the balcony again." A family farce has finally subsided. K-Pak said unceremoniously that Qin Lang's biggest problem was not believing in his wife. On the way back to the police station, K-Pak was worried about Liang Yu's love because the woman was strong and the man was weak. She taught Liang Yu that men must take the initiative. Otherwise, it will definitely become the second Qin Lang. Liang Yu said that she has a career and is irreplaceable in her girlfriend's heart, so she doesn't have to worry at all. The man reported that his wife, Su Ming, was missing. K-Pak and Liang Yu took Hua Xiao to deal with the disappearance case. Qin Lang said that he and his wife quarreled the day before yesterday over trivial matters, and his wife ran away from home in anger and has not returned yet. After understanding the situation, K-Pak and Liang Yu asked Qin Lang to wait for news at home. Liang Yu began to track Su Ming's traces from the monitoring of the community. She found that the last place where Su Ming appeared was the back mountain. The police entered the mountains in 2 ways to find Su Ming's whereabouts. In the back mountain, Hua Xiao took the lead in finding Su Ming's earrings with his sensitive sense of smell. The back mountain is sparsely populated and overgrown. Everyone is afraid that Su Ming has had an accident. At this time, Hua Xiao suddenly shook off Liang Yu and ran wildly. Director Fong and Liang Yu followed Hua Xiao closely, and their nervousness suddenly rose to their throats. Hua Xiao followed the smell all the way, and finally, in a dilapidated house on the mountain, they found Su Ming, who was already unconscious. Su Ming was sent to the hospital for emergency treatment, but when she woke up, she didn't remember how she got up the back mountain, only saying that she went out after quarreling with her husband, and there was always a voice in her ear saying, "Go to the back mountain." When K-Pak asked who the voice was, Su Ming suddenly felt a splitting headache. After careful examination by the doctor, the injury on Su Ming's arm should have been a skin injury scratched by a branch on the way up the mountain. But strangely, the doctor found that Su Ming had taken hallucinogenic drugs. In order to express his love for his wife, Qin Lang specially held an art exhibition. K-Pak saw that the paintings on Qin Lang's display were all painted by Su Ming, and she envied this kind of love. Su Ming enthusiastically explained the story behind each painting to the visitors. At this time, Liang Yu found Qin Lang far away, standing aside and staring at Su Ming. His eyes were very strange. On this day, Liang Yu and Master Wu took Hua Xiao to buy groceries, and when they passed by a pharmacy, they met Qin Lang. Liang Yu was curious about why Qin Lang bought so many medicines. Qin Lang said to buy some medicine for headache and brain fever and prepare it at home. At this time, Hua Xiao shouted at Qin Lang, which made Liang Yu feel very strange. Back at the police station, Liang Yu told Director Fong about Hua Xiao's reaction. Liang Yu said, "It is said that Hua Xiao is not the first time he has seen Qin Lang. and he has searched the mountains with him to save people before. It can be regarded as an acquaintance. If it weren't for some abnormal situation, Hua Xiao wouldn't have reacted like that. Director Fong asked Liang Yu to continue to stare at Qin Lang. Hua Xiao's reaction to Qin Lang made Liang Yu puzzled. He inadvertently came from Master Wu. Knowing that Qin Lang used to be a pharmacist, he immediately felt that there was something wrong with it. He ran to all the pharmacies on the island and showed Director Fong the list of drugs Qin Lang had bought. These drugs have strange names and are not commonly used to treat headaches and brain fever at all. Director Fong felt that things were not simple, so he immediately submitted the list to the Municipal Bureau. Soon the Municipal Bureau sent back the test report. Experts checked those drugs to contain strong hallucinogens. The main ingredient of the drug is hallucinogens, the experts said. Hallucinogens can be used alone or refined to synthesize powerful hallucinogens. Taking it will cause mental disorders, and in severe cases, lead to suicide attempts and successful suicides. Director Fong guessed that the couple had been separated, and Su Ming had disappeared for no reason before. It should have a major relationship with Qin Lang. At this time, Liang Yu suddenly remembered that Su Ming said that Friday was the 15th anniversary of her and Qin Lang's acquaintance, and Qin Lang also specially prepared a private celebration for her. He K-pop reminded everyone that today is Friday. When Director Fong heard that something was wrong, he hurried to the gallery. On the roof of the gallery, Qin Lang and Su Ming reminisced about the past 15 years of love together. In Qin Lang's sweet words, Su Ming drank a lot of wine. Qin Lang subtly told Su Ming that the two of them were two stars in the depths of the sea. He said, "You see, the stars that belong to us are calling to us." He asked Su Ming to pick stars. Su Ming stumbled towards the edge of the roof due to the effect of the hallucinogen. At this moment of crisis, the police from the police station arrived in time to prevent the accident from happening. At the police station, Qin Lang admitted that he did all this. He said, "I used to love her so much, and in my heart, she is my everything. But she betrayed me." Director Fong believes that in the absence of evidence, everything is just speculation. But Qin Lang was very sure that his wife had an extramarital affair. He said, "She is a woman who pursues romance, and as long as a man appears in front of her and gives her romance, she will be moved." Qin Lang felt that women were either unbelievable or unbelievable. Although he achieved nothing, but he is a dignified man. He can't be a cuckold scoundrel. He wants Su Ming to belong to him alone forever. He swore that as long as Su Ming jumped down, he would follow her. Director Fong asked him if he had the courage. Qin Lang instantly flashed his words and did not answer. He K-pop went to the hospital to visit Su Ming, and she told Su Ming that Qin Lang had put hallucinogens in the wine, with the purpose of controlling her and keeping her by his side. Because Qin Lang suspected that there was someone outside her, he wanted to die with him. Although Su Ming was sad, she was very relieved when she heard that Qin Lang was going to die with her. She felt that Qin Lang not only hated her, but also loved her. Su Ming went to visit the prison, and Qin Lang admitted that he was too selfish in love, and he should let Su Ming find his own happiness. Su Ming told Qin Lang that he had never betrayed him, and he also had a great responsibility for the two of them to get to this point. "I have been busy with work and ignored the feelings of the closest people." He insisted on waiting for Qin Lang to come out. Qin Lang was very remorseful. He cried and apologized to Su Ming. After the misunderstanding was resolved, the hands of the two people were tightly clasped together. The most feared thing in a relationship is that one is very busy and the other is very idle. You will think too much when you are idle, and you will overflow with feelings when you are idle. There are many so-called hypocritical farts, emptiness and loneliness, and coldness. It's all because of laziness and idleness. A woman covered in injuries ran into the police station while crying, saying that her arm seemed to be broken, and asked the police to save her quickly. Director Fong guessed that Xuan Min's husband did it, and immediately asked Demo's son to bring Ma Xiaoqing back. Ma Xiaoqing, who was taken to the police station, made tea leisurely and waited for Director Fong calmly. Ma Xiaoqing said with a hippie smile that he knew why he was invited to the police station. And he also questioned that the police could not only look at the results and not the process. Ma Xiaoqing said shamelessly, "My daughter-in-law is disobedient, and the old men are slightly disciplined. So it is not a crime, right?" Director Fong angrily took out Xuan Min's injury examination report and asked him to read it aloud. Unexpectedly, he still did not want to repent. He swore that he was also a citizen who knew the law. As the saying goes, there would be no prosecution without the plaintiff. He was sure that Xuan Min would not sue him. He felt that it was a way of life for them to usually fight with Xuan Min, and there was no need to make a fuss. Sure enough, Xuan Min came out of the hospital. When she came to the police station as soon as possible, she asked Director Fong to let her man go. Director Fong was worried that Xuan Min would be subjected to domestic violence in the future, so he asked her to protect herself with legal weapons. Xuan Min said that there are more than two couples fighting in the world, and they can only blame their bad lives. Director Fong expressed helplessness at Xuan Min's cowardice, saying that it was Xuan Min's blind tolerance that caused Ma Xiaoqing's unscrupulousness today. In order to save Ma Xiaoqing, Xuanmin did not hesitate to kneel down and ask. Director Fong and Director Chun had no choice but to agree. Looking at the backs of Xuanmin and Ma Xiaoqing leaving the police station, Liang Yu was worried that this weak woman would still not be able to escape the clutches of the devil after returning home. He decided to arrange for Hua Xiao to protect her safety at Xuanmin's house. When Ma Xiaoqing returned home and saw Hua Xiao at home, he opened his mouth and scolded Xuanmin for taking the beast home casually. Hua Xiao barked at him nonstop, which frightened Ma Xiaoqing to quickly restrain himself. In the morning, Ma Xiaoqing disliked that the milk prepared for him by Xuanmin was too hot, so he cursed. Just when Ma Xiaoqing said harsh words and wanted to hit Xuanmin, he was stopped by Hua Xiao sharply. The huge and majestic Hua Xiao did calm Ma Xiaoqing, but the unrepentant Ma Xiaoqing blatantly led the cheap partner to the restaurant. After Xuanmin learned the news, she wanted to catch the adulterer. He was afraid of being beaten to death by Ma Xiaoqing, so he called Liang Yu and asked him to take Hua Xiao to save her. In the restaurant, Xuanmin saw Ma Xiaoqing holding another woman on her lap, and she was completely angry. Xuanmin shouted, "Ma Xiaoqing, do you think I don't know about the dirty things you do? I endured it again and again. I just wanted to save this family. As long as you still take care of the face of this family, I can suffer as many grievances as I want. But you brought this slutty woman to the store." Ma Xiaoqing confidently said that this store was hers, and it was her freedom who she wanted to bring, and he asked Xuanmin not to meddle in the future, and the two would never violate the river water from now on. Xuanmin was angry and wanted to fight with Ma Xiaoqing, but Ma Xiaoqing didn't care about the relationship between husband and wife at all. He pushed Xuanmin away fiercely. Just when he was about to hit Xuanmin, Hua Xiao ran in and barked at Ma Xiaoqing. Ma Xiaoqing, who was afraid of hardness, was instantly frightened. After this incident, Xuanmin completely recognized the reality and divorced Ma Xiaoqing. Director Chen said, "Xuanmin can sue Ma Xiaoqing, and he will definitely win this lawsuit." Xuanmin said that since he was divorced, let him go, and everyone would get together and disperse. Xuanmin plans to go out to find a job and start a new life. He thanked the police station and Hua Xiao for giving him the courage to regain his life. Pak said, "I think after Xuanmin's divorce, her condition is much better than before. A marriage that no longer needs to be maintained, letting go is the right choice." The relationship between police dogs and handlers is unimaginable. Liang Yu is going back to the police dog brigade. He is very reluctant. He specially bought Hua Xiao his favorite snacks and also cleaned up the kennel carefully. Then Liang Yu took Hua Xiao to the beach. The sky by the sea is draped with a gray curtain, and the nearby waves rush up to the beach from time to time. Liang Yu recalled the time she spent with Hua Xiao, telling the reluctance to leave Hua Xiao. Hua Xiao obediently snuggled up to Liang Yu, never leaving an inch. In the evening, Liang Yu carried Hua Xiao to the bed and whispered in Hua Xiao's ear that he would work hard in the future, not be naughty, and strive to become an excellent police dog. The next morning, Liang Yu packed her luggage and prepared to leave, but Hua Xiao lay on her backpack and did not allow him to leave. Liang Yu persuaded Hua Xiao to be more sensible with red eyes, and said, "You stay, I'll go. We work together in different places. You are leaving me now, and you will meet a new trainer. Don't worry. He will treat you as well as we do to you, really like a loved one, and you will like him as much as you like us." Director Fong was worried that Hua Xiao would not let Liang Yu go, so he asked Master Wu to get some food to lure Hua Xiao away. But no matter how Master Wu seduces Hua Xiao didn't look at it at all. Liang Yu led Hua Xiao downstairs. Downstairs in the dormitory, all the police officers saw Liang Yu off. Liang Yu hugged Hua Xiao tightly again and said her final goodbye. Finally, she plucked up the courage to hand over the leash to Director Fong. When Hua Xiao saw that Liang Yu was leaving, he shouted instantly, struggling to chase. Hua Xiao's strength was too great, and Director Fong couldn't hold him back. Director Chun and Wen Jie hurriedly went up to help, but Hua Xiao was crazy and wanted to chase Liang Yu. The police could only go up and surround Hua Xiao. After Liang Yu heard Hua Xiao's cry, she couldn't hold back anymore. He cried bitterly. Liang Yu had no choice but to leave, because Hua Xiao was a regular member of the police station, and Liang Yu belonged to the police dog brigade. In Liang Yu's heart, Hua Xiao is a comrade in arms. They train together, fight side by side, and have long been a close family. After Liang Yu left, Hua Xiao picked up the door of the kennel all day long, looking in the direction Liang Yu left, and was quietly in a daze. Liang Yu returned to the police dog training team, and she bluntly said that she was reluctant to let Hua Xiao go. The captain comforted Liang Yu that since he chose to be a police dog trainer, he must learn to accept part. No police dog will always be with a handler. Since Liang Yu left, Hua Xiao has not eaten or drunk, and has no interest in anything. The police officers surrounded him to find a way. Director Chun ordered everyone not to tell Liang Yu about Hua Xiao's situation, said that if Liang Yu ran back in a hurry, Hua Xiao would not be able to wean himself. In the evening, Hua Xiao refused to go back to the kennel, and Master Wu persuaded Hua Xiao to put down his gloves and drink water anyway. The stubborn Hua Xiao was willing to put down his gloves. That was the last thing Liang Yu left for him. Pak has nothing to do. I could only call Liang Yu for help. After knowing Hua Xiao's situation, Liang Yu was very anxious and asked He K-Pak to turn on the hands-free. After hearing Liang Yu's voice, Hua Xiao spat out his gloves and shouted. Liang Yu said, "Hua Xiao, you have to eat. You can't go without eating. You have to be disobedient like this again. I don't want you anymore. Did you hear that? Hua Xiao, you are obedient. On such a hot day, you will be dehydrated if you don't drink water." The dead-eyed Hua Xiao made Liang Yu restless, and he was about to go to the police station in a hurry. Liang's father and Liang's mother persuaded Liang Yu to go again tomorrow morning. At night, Liang Yu was awakened by a nightmare. She dreamed that Hua Xiao was blown up while on a mission, and instantly felt that the blood vessels in her body were cold. Director Fong was worried about Hua Xiao and guarded him all night. Hua Xiao has not eaten or drunk for 4 whole days, and if this continues, he will be useless. Director Fong said, "Why don't you get Liang Yu back and appease him?" Director Fong had no choice but to call Liang Yu. Liang Yu's mother received a call saying that Liang Yu was sick and had a high fever. At noon, Master Wu came to feed Hua Xiao, but found that Hua Xiao was gone. The police searched around the police station but did not find Hua Xiao, and they were very worried. He K-Pak had no choice but to call Liang Yu. As soon as she heard that Hua Xiao was gone, Liang Yu got up and planned to go out to find Hua Xiao. Unexpectedly, as soon as Liang Yu opened the door, he saw Hua Xiao squatting at the door, with Liang Yu's training gloves next to him. It turned out that after Hua Xiao heard that Liang Yu was sick in the morning, he secretly ran out of the police station with Liang Yu's gloves in his mouth, and it passed through the busy streets, through the bustling crowd, over thousands of mountains and rivers, just to meet Liang Yu. The moment he saw Liang Yu, Hua Xiao's eyes instantly lit up. Liang Yu held Hua Xiao in his arms and taught him not to run out randomly. As a police dog should be disciplined, you shouldn't do whatever you want. Hua Xiao snuggled up in Liang Yu's arms, and at this moment he felt extremely relaxed and at ease. Instructor Chun and Director Fong came to pick up Hua Xiao, and they took the report of the superior leader for instructions, saying that Liang Yu did not need to go back to the dog training brigade. It turned out that after Liang Yu left, Director Fong and Director Chun went to the municipal bureau to intercede with the leader, and they hoped to transfer Liang Yu back to the Fengqing Island police station. The leader learned that Liang Yu and Hua Xiao were very good partners, so he agreed to transfer Liang Yu back. Liang Yu happily took the transfer order and told Hua Xiao that they would never be separated again. Li Yin said, "Sir, I also looked at the wallet in the car, and then we got out of the car together, and the wallet was gone. There was a problem with the group, led by Liang Yu's girlfriend, and her guest lost his wallet." Liang Yu took Hua Xiao to rush there. He K-Pak believes that the number of people in this group is not large, and it will not be too difficult to target the suspect. Liang Yu asked the guest who lost his wallet for a personal item, and then asked Hua Xiao to sniff the smell on. Hua Xiao sniffed the guest's hats and started working, and he checked the guests in the tour group one by one. Through the smell on the owner's body, Hua Xiao quickly locked the object of the theft of the wallet. Seeing Hua Xiao's warning, He K-Pak immediately walked over and asked the guest to open his backpack to cooperate with the inspection. Li Yin on the side was still worried that if Hua Xiao made a mistake, she would be complained by the company. The suspect had only a wallet left in his backpack except for a few clothes. He K-Pak found a stack of banknotes in the suspect's wallet, which also had the name of the guest who lost the money written on it. It turns out that the thief and the stolen person are still friends. The stolen person said, "You borrowed my money last year and never paid it back. This time I went out to travel with you. I don't think you are short of money at all. This is my money, not your money." He K-Pak saw that the two were arguing fiercely. He took them back to the police station to make a record. Hua Xiao helped Li Yin a lot and recovered the loss for the travel agency. Li Yin specially bought canned meat to reward Hua Xiao. Unexpectedly, Liang Yu was furious when she learned that Li Yin was feeding Hua Xiao canned food. Liang Yu said, "Who asked you to give it canned food?" Li Yin said, "Didn't you say that Hua Xiao loves to eat meat?" Liang Yu said, "I said it loves to eat meat. Did I say it loves canned food? What about this jar? Isn't canned food just meat?" Liang Yu said, "It's different. How much oil is in this can? Hua Xiao will have diarrhea if he eats it." Although Li Yin repeatedly explained she didn't know that Hua Xiao couldn't eat canned food, but Liang Yu was still angry and said that she didn't know how much preservative was added to the meat in the can, and Hua Xiao would have an accident if she ate it. Liang Yu patted Hua Xiao while asking him to spit out the can. Seeing her boyfriend reprimand herself mercilessly, Li Yin ran away angrily. Liang Yu saw that the situation was wrong and immediately chased after him. He apologized to Li Yin one after another. Li Yin said aggrievedly that she was sincerely grateful to Hua Xiao and bought a can of nobility for Hua Xiao, 806 cans, and she bought 4 cans directly without blinking her eyes. Li Yin said, "I am usually reluctant to buy such expensive snacks." After confirming, more than 1 million of the racing dogs ate this, and they didn't eat badly. How could this Hua Xiao eat badly? You don't even ask. You say I poisoned Hua Xiao. Why am I poisoning? Li Yin was very angry and didn't want to pay attention to Liang Yu at all. Liang Yu admitted that he was too anxious to speak because he had been feeding Hua Xiao fresh meat and suddenly gave Hua Xiao canned food, afraid that Hua Xiao would not accept it. So he spoke heavily. He asked Li Yin not to worry about him. At this time, Hua Xiao also came over. He looked at Li Yin eagerly, stood up on his hind feet, as if he was acting coquettishly to Li Yin and asked her not to go. Li Yin said, "For your sake, I stayed, but not because of the person named Liang Yu. Also, go back and tell your master, spoil me, let me, hurt me, don't bully me, don't let others bully me, and don't let me be wronged." Tall and mighty police dogs are also jealous. Liang Yu went to Hua Xiao for fitness, and he lay next to Hua Xiao doing planks. The movements of these two men are really similar. Director Fong thought of his youth, and he immediately showed Liang Yu his chair fitness method. Liang Yu praised it again and again after reading it. Liang Yu didn't come to Hua Xiao in the evening and went to do chair aerobics. Hua Xiao drooped his head in the kennel, looking depressed. Thinking of the events of the day, Hua Xiao suddenly had an idea. The next day, Director Fong walked into the office and saw that it was a mess. The chairs were bitten down, and the floor was littered with documents. Thieves broke into the police station? It's just bold. Director Fong and Director Chun went to check the surveillance. They found that only Hua Xiao had been to the crime scene last night. In the face of ironclad evidence, Liang Yu really couldn't figure out why Hua Xiao did this. Liang Yu said, "Why are you doing this? Huh? Everyone's attitude towards you has just changed. You did this kind of thing? Are you proud and complacent? How can you, as a good police dog, do this kind of thing? Sabotage official business. You go to bite our things. Why don't you bite what is in your house? Speak. What are you looking at me for?" Seeing that Hua Xiao refused to admit his mistake, Liang Yu was very angry. He directly punished Hua Xiao for confinement and told Master Wu not to give Hua Xiao food. After Liang Yu left, Master Wu felt sorry for Hua Xiao, so he secretly opened the door of the kennel. After Hua Xiao was full, he slipped to the office building to find Liang Yu. But I saw that the police in the office were exercising with chairs. Since Liang Yu became obsessed with chair aerobics, she rarely went to the backyard to accompany Hua Xiao. In the evening, Hua Xiao stood at the door of the kennel and watched anxiously, and the picture of everyone sitting on a chair and doing aerobics flashed in his mind. He suddenly felt left out. The next day, Liang Yu came to the office and saw that all the chairs were in a mess and fell to the ground, and the leather stools were scratched one by one. They adjusted the surveillance, and sure enough, it was Hua Xiao who did it. Liang Yu came to the kennel, let Hua Xiao give him a reasonable explanation, but he didn't expect Hua Xiao to turn his head and leave, not admitting his mistake at all. Director Fong feels that there must be monsters when things go wrong, and there are always causes and consequences. He and Liang Yu sat together to find a reason. They found that Hua Xiao's destruction of the chair occurred after he taught Liang Yu chair aerobics. He guessed that this must be related to chair fitness. Liang Yu said, "The chair fitness method is very convenient. I can practice in the office, I don't have to go out, or even come to the backyard." Director Fong said, "This is the key." After finding the reason, Liang Yu suddenly realized. The reason why Hua Xiao bit down on those chairs was because Liang Yu was addicted to fitness and snubbed him. Hua Xiao's purpose was to attract Liang Yu's attention. Liang Yu couldn't laugh or cry when she knew the reason. Hua Xiao shouted at Liang Yu, telling his grievances. The girl puts the photo in her boyfriend's room, wanting to assert her sovereignty. Unexpectedly, Hua Xiao was unhappy and screamed. Liang Yu hurriedly explained to Hua Xiao, saying that Xiaoyan was his girlfriend. It's normal to put photos in his room. Liang Yu suddenly received a task and needed to go out temporarily. Xiaoyan offered to help take Hua Xiao. After Liang Yu left, Xiaoyan pulled Hua Xiao to chat. She asked Hua Xiao not to affect her dating Liang Yu. Hua Xiao had a black face throughout the whole process. "Ignore Xiaoyan at all," Xiaoyan said. "I know that you two are colleagues who fight side by side. I will not affect your work. Then you don't affect the two of us falling in love." Xiaoyan told Hua Xiao that in the human world, anyone who intervenes in other people's feelings is called a third party. She asked Hua Xiao to pay attention in the future and not to be her and Liang Yu's light bulbs. Xiaoyan took Hua Xiao to play in the yard, and they were playing a game of dog picking up balls. At first, the two had a good time, but then Xiaoyan wanted to tease Hua Xiao, so she threw the ball away. Hua Xiao immediately rushed over to pick up the ball. Xiaoyan waited for a while and found that Hua Xiao did not come out, and hurriedly stepped forward to check, and found that Hua Xiao had bitten the ball. Xiaoyan didn't take it to heart, and took Hua Xiao back to the kennel. In the evening, Master Wu came to Hua Xiao for a walk, and he found that Hua Xiao did not eat or drink. Lying motionless in the kennel, I was very worried. Kapok felt that Hua Xiao might have been stimulated by Liang Yu and Xiaoyan's intimacy, and he was jealous and temperamental, and he didn't care too much. The next day, Liang Yu came to ask Hua Xiao to exercise, but Hua Xiao still lay in the nest and didn't move. Master Wu came over and told Liang Yu that something was wrong with Hua Xiao last night, and he also said that Hua Xiao didn't even eat. Liang Yu was frightened and hurriedly took Hua Xiao to the doctor. After examination, the doctor found that half a plastic ball was stuck directly in Hua Xiao's stomach. Fortunately, it was discovered in time. Otherwise, it will cause adhesions in the stomach wall, difficulty breathing, and life-threatening. The doctor immediately arranged surgery to remove the plastic ball. After the operation, Liang Yu looked at the weak Hua Xiao and fell into deep self-blame. Xiaoyan still didn't know about Hua Xiao's surgery. She came to Liang Yu on a date, who knew that Liang Yu was furious when she saw Xiaoyan. He blamed Xiaoyan for deliberately harming Hua Xiao. Although Xiaoyan repeatedly explained that she did not mean it, Liang Yu did not listen to the explanation at all. Liang Yu said, "I'll let you look at him and play with him for a while." He swallowed this half ball into his stomach and almost killed him. "Do you know? If you don't like him, you cannot come. What are you pretending? Let me tell you, if Hua Xiao has something wrong this time, I will never forgive you." Director Fong knew that Liang Yu felt sorry for Hua Xiao, but he shouldn't lose his temper with Xiaoyan indiscriminately. Director Fong felt that Xiaoyan had never had a pet, and she couldn't tell the difference between dog training tools and toys. Fong Chang said, "Liang Yu really went too far this time," and he asked Liang Yu to quickly apologize to Xiaoyan. The trafficker was so arrogant that he set his sights on a careless father in broad daylight. He lied that he was the child's mother's card friend, and he was close to the child. A few words deceived the child's father. Taking advantage of the child's father's time to buy ice cream, he secretly took the child away. The Fengqing Island police station quickly received a report, and all the police officers were dispatched. The child's mother's mood is also on the verge of collapse. She said, "I'll let you bring it once. You lost your child." The man said, "I thought it was your card friend." The woman said, "My card friend, you have to keep an eye on it." The man said, "I don't want to do this either. You said that Zai Zai is playing below, and there are so many acquaintances, this twisting of face is..." The woman said, "If the child is gone, I won't live either." Mason called up the surveillance in the community to check, and he found the car that took Zai Zai away. Colleagues from the police station called out the city's surveillance and finally confirmed that the suspect vehicle was driving in the direction of the pier. Director Fong asked Zai Zai's parents to relax, and the police had already surrounded the pier and arranged many police forces on the road cars that the suspects had to pass through. Just in case, Liang Yu asked to go to the scene of the incident again to find clues. The woman who abducted the child was in the car, used various means to coax children. At this time, she found that her accomplice had been taking a detour and returned to the community where the child was abducted. The woman was a little anxious and made a fuss in the car. The accomplice quieted her down, and the reason he did it was because I saw a lot of police officers along the way, and I was timid and had to turn around. At the bus station, the police are trying their best to find the lost children, carefully observing the physical characteristics of each child and comparing them with the photos of Zai Zai, hoping to find clues from them. After the pursuit, officers finally stopped the suspect vehicle, but there was no one else in the car except the driver. The police asked, "Where's the person in the car?" The driver said, "There is no one in the car." The police said, "Nonsense." The news disappointed everyone. After Liang Yu received the news, she immediately took Hua Xiao to the dock. The ferry police verified the identity of each passenger and did not dare to relax in the slightest. In order to avoid the police, the suspect did not go to the pier at all. Cunning, he took his children to eat in restaurants. Seeing Liang Yu and the others coming, the suspect got up and left. Hua Xiao seemed to have a premonition and began to become anxious. He led Liang Yu into the restaurant and finally stopped next to Zai Zai. He K-Pak hurriedly went up and asked what the child's name was. After hearing the child's name Zai Zai, Liang Yu and he K-Pak were overjoyed and quickly reported. Liang Yu saw that there was still a pair of dishes and chopsticks on the dining table, and he judged that the suspect was nearby. He took the pair of chopsticks and let Hua Xiao sniff them. After having a source of smell, Hua Xiao easily found the suspect hiding behind the car according to the smell. Hua Xiao made another meritorious contribution. The family members of the abducted children also sent penance. Now Hua Xiao has become a proper big star. Finally, everyone is reminded not to leave children in the care of strangers to prevent criminals from taking advantage of the situation. What bad thoughts can police dogs have? It just doesn't want to be with anyone. Just share the love of the instructor. Liang Yu took Hua Xiao on patrol, and as they walked, Hua Xiao suddenly stopped. From a distance, a moving motorcycle was seen suddenly lose control and rush directly towards the man in the middle of the road. The alert Hua Xiao had a premonition of danger, ran like crazy to save people. At this critical moment, Hua Xiao ran over and pushed the man away. Hua Xiao sprained his foot while saving people. Liang Yu immediately sent Hua Xiao to the hospital, and the examination found that Hua Xiao was normal except for some abrasions on his elbow. Back at the police station, Hua Xiao did not eat or drink and lay weakly on the ground. Director Fong brought an ice pack to help Hua Xiao apply it. Everyone was very nervous about Hua Xiao's body. Li Yin called Liang Yu here and asked him why he hadn't arrived at the wedding yet. It turned out that Liang Yu and Li Yin had made an appointment at noon. Go to the hotel to attend a friend's wedding. Because Hua Xiao was temporarily injured, Liang Yu was anxious to forget about it. Li Yin came to the police station angrily and vented to Liang Yu. Liang Yu wanted to explain, but Li Yin didn't listen at all. Li Yin said, "As long as Hua Xiao is here, he doesn't take me to heart at all. Don't you say emergencies? Okay, let me see what's wrong with your baby Hua Xiao." Li Yin said, "Liang Yu, isn't this good? It's not once or twice. Just such a small injury. You will throw me out of the clouds." "Xiaoyan, you are different from it." Liang Yu said, "Of course I am different from it." Li Yin said, "I am your girlfriend. It is a dog. I ask you, is it important or am I important?" Liang Yu said, "Xiaoyan, I." Li Yin said, "Liang Yu, you love it so much, right? Okay, you two fall in love and love each other well. I bless you both." Director Fong deliberately went to enlighten Li Yin. Li Yin complained to Director Fong that she was not unreasonable and she also supported Liang Yu's work. But Liang Yu has completely changed since she had Hua Xiao. Only then did director Fong understand that Li Yin was eating Hua Xiao's vinegar. Li Yin said, "The place where I am most angry. This Liang Yu only has Hua Xiao in her heart, and Hua Xiao occupies all her energy and love. I can't tell people yet. I can't tell others. A dog robbed my boyfriend." Li Yin thought that there was a third party between her and Liang Yu, but she couldn't complain because the third party was not a person, but a dog. Liang Yu, who became a single dog, sat in a daze in the kennel. At this time, He K-Pok suddenly shouted. Hua Xiao started eating. Liang Yu rushed out and saw Hua Xiao eating with relish. He K-Pok ridiculed Liang Yu for not being able to break up with Li Yin, saying that Li Yin was definitely Hua Xiao's medicine, and she could get out of bed and eat as soon as she came to Hua Xiao. Liang Yu thought about it in the kennel for a long time at night. He couldn't help but suspect that Hua Xiao's breakup with Li Yin was deliberately causing trouble. Liang Yu thought to himself, "You saved a person who was almost knocked down by a motorcycle, and then you were injured. Then when you come back, you won't eat, drink, or get out of bed." Then Xiaoyan came. "She was making a big fuss about me, and you suddenly came down from the upper floor. Then after Xiaoyan ran away angrily, you suddenly opened your mouth to eat." Liang Yu finally figured it out. It turned out that Hua Xiao was jealous and pretended to be uncomfortable in order not to let him see Li Yin. Liang Yu told Hua Xiao Li Yin is his girlfriend, and Hua Xiao is his brother. As a good buddy, he should be happy about what makes him happy and love the people he loves. Liang Yu said, "I'm very smart to tell you. Don't play this little trick with me again, you know? Did I get it right?" Guilty conscience. It's okay. It's okay. Don't be so frustrated. Not because you didn't act well enough, but because I'm too smart, you know? Don't be like this in the future. Reflect on yourself. Li Yin brought the tour group to the beach, and she was worried. At this time, her phone rang. Li Yin saw a video of Liang Yu taking Hua Xiao to save people yesterday, and felt guilty, regretting that she should not have broken up with Liang Yu impulsively yesterday. On the beach, Li Yin met Liang Yu and Hua Xiao who were patrolling. The tourists were very excited to see Hua Xiao because they knew from the internet that Hua Xiao was the heroic police dog who saved people. They took out their mobile phones to take pictures. When Hua Xiao saw Li Yin, he immediately ran over and sat obediently in front of him, as if apologizing for yesterday's incident. Seeing Liang Yu coming over, the beauties praised Liang Yu for being so amazing and training the police dog so well. Everyone rushed to take a photo with Liang Yu. Li Yin couldn't help but be jealous. While taking pictures with Hua Xiao, Liang Yu walked over to apologize to Li Yin. Li Yin frowned and ignored him. Liang Yu also said that he could stay with him all day on vacation tomorrow. Li Yin finally smiled. The next day, Liang Yu took Hua Xiao and Li Yin on a date. Taking advantage of Liang Yu's time to go out to buy drinks, Li Yin took out the sauce ribs from her bag and fed them to Hua Xiao. Li Yin told Hua Xiao that she had no problem with. Li Yin said, "You said you are Liang Yu's comrade in arms. You two fight side by side. He can be commended and promoted, right? It's too late for me to flatter you. I'm a little jealous sometimes. You said that since I had you, and Liang Yu's mind is with you, and I feel like I'm in the cold palace. How much of a feeling is not in my heart." She hopes to get along well with Hua Xiao in the future. Liang Yu came back with a drink and saw Li Yin feeding Hua Xiao food, and immediately became furious. He asked Li Yin why he always bought these unhealthy things for Hua Xiao to eat, and also relished Hua Xiao. The sauce ribs he ate kicked away. Li Yin explained that she just wanted to please Hua Xiao, so that Liang Yu would not be so difficult between them. Li Yin was originally kind, but Liang Yu clearly told him that Hua Xiao was her dog and didn't have to worry about Li Yin. Li Yin's explanation did not make Liang Yu give up, and Liang Yu also made him swear never to feed Hua Xiao in the future. Liang Yu said, "This kind of thing can't be eaten by dogs. There is a lot of salt in it, and there are all kinds of seasonings. If you eat too much salt, the dog will lose hair, and I don't know what these seasonings are. It eats something that may affect its performance at work." Seeing her boyfriend's bad attitude, Li Yin felt very uncomfortable, so she could only sit there and soak. And Liang Yu didn't care about Li Yin's feelings and kept chattering in her mouth. "Eat everything? So greedy. Can you eat those things?" Liang Yu took Hua Xiao out on patrol and happened to meet Li Yin, who was leading the group to visit. After the breakup, the two met again and became the most familiar strangers to each other. Li Yin asked Liang Yu to take Hua Xiao away on the grounds that Hua Xiao would scare her passengers. When passing by the flower shop, Hua Xiao suddenly couldn't walk. Liang Yu thought Hua Xiao was tired and asked him to sit down and rest. Liang Yu was preoccupied and casually poured water for Hua Xiao to drink. When he came back to his senses, Hua Xiao was gone. It turned out that Hua Xiao took advantage of Liang Yu's inattention. Holding a rose in his mouth, he came to give it to Li Yin. Hua Xiao stood up and showed goodwill to Li Yin. Unexpectedly, Li Yin made up her mind to break up and directly threw the roses sent by Hua Xiao into the distance. Roses fell into the compartment of a truck. Watching the truck go further and further, Hua Xiao chased the truck like crazy to get the roses back. Hua Xiao struggled to run on the road, and Liang Yu didn't know what was going on. He asked the driver to get out of the car and cooperate with the inspection. At this time, Hua Xiao jumped into the truck, picked up the rose, and ran away. He came to Li Yin with roses in his mouth, stood up again, and showed goodwill to Li Yin. He hoped that Li Yin could forgive Liang Yu. Liang Yu ran over after Hua Xiao, saw the scene in front of her, and finally understood Hua Xiao's good intentions. Liang Yu picked up the dim roses on the ground and looked at Li Yin, not knowing what to say. The familiar face in front of me. From the initial intimacy to the current rustiness, Li Yin said, Liang Yu, whether you gave this flower or Hua Xiao, I will not accept it. Liang Yu said, Shui Yun, I didn't give you this flower. I don't know why Hua Xiao gave it to you. I won't let him execute. If you do personal things during the mission, don't worry, this is the last time. From now on, Hua Xiao will no longer pester you. Liang Yu's words made Li Yin feel a little sad. After adjusting her mood, she took the tourists and left without looking back. The two passed each other like strangers. Liang Yu was a little dazed. If you miss it, you miss it, and even the action of turning your head to look is superfluous. In an instant, Liang Yu seemed to have lost something, and he stroked Hua Xiao distressedly and asked him if he was tired. Then he suppressed the sadness in his heart and warned Hua Xiao that his behavior today was a foul and that police dogs could not run around during their mission. Liang Yu took Hua Xiao to the room and told him that he and Li Yin had broken up and told Hua Xiao not to be so enthusiastic about Li Yin in the future. K-Pak also came to Liang Yu's room to comfort him. Liang Yu said that Hua Xiao tried so hard to please her today, but he couldn't move Li Yin, so he decided to let go of this relationship and live a good life with Hua Xiao in the future. The courier encountered something strange when receiving the courier. The sender was mysterious and changed 3 places in a row before appearing. The courier asked him to write down the sender's address clearly, but the man looked impatient and asked him to talk less nonsense. The courier felt that the man was strange and reported it because he was worried that there was contraband in the box. Director Fong asked Liang Yu to bring Hua Xiao. Hua Xiao sniffed the express box and lay down directly to warn him. Director Fong believed Hua Xiao's judgment and immediately opened the box. Inside were masks one by one, from which they found drugs. The person who sent the courier was too bold. Even under the guise of a mask, drugs were delivered by express, and the drugs were professionally packaged in covert, which was enough to show that this was not a matter of a day or two. Director Fong and Director Chun discussed not to startle the snake for the time being. Liang Yu wore the clothes of a courier and took Hua Xiao to make an unannounced visit in the alleys frequented by suspects. After turning around a few times, at the intersection, Hua Xiao barked at a strange man. Liang Yu followed the man to a house. The officer knocked on the suspect's door and arrested him. Liang Yu took Hua Xiao to search the man's house. Hua Xiao followed the smell and warned next to the refrigerator, and sure enough, he found a lot of masks containing drugs in the refrigerator. In the interrogation room, the man said that he occasionally came into contact with drug sales in internet cafes, and he was only responsible for ordering and shipping goods online, and he had never seen the upper and lower families. The case was at an impasse, and Director Fong learned that K-Pak was playing well and had a plan. He asked K-Pak and Liang Yu to pretend to be husband and wife and lurk in the internet cafe frequented by drug dealers to play games. Because they played well in the game, they quickly became popular and more people came to join them in groups. Internet cafe owners want to attract more people to recharge their memberships. He actually took the initiative to discuss cooperation with K-Pak and Liang Yu, and he was willing to use profits to cooperate with them and attract people to become members. K-Pak agreed to the request of the internet cafe owner, provided that Hua Xiao could also enter and exit the internet cafe freely. The owner of the internet cafe didn't know that Hua Xiao was a police dog. I agreed. Hua Xiao patrolled in an internet cafe, following the smell of drugs to find traces of drug dealers. And K-Pak and Liang Yu continued to lurk. After a few days of searching, the police learned that the sending and receiving of drugs was related to an online chat room. Director Chen asked K-Pak and Liang Yu to find clues related to the chat room as soon as possible. In the internet cafe, Liang Yu locked the suspect Brother Biao, so she took the initiative to say hello to Brother Biao and pretended to be addicted to drugs and asked Brother Biao to get him some drugs. Brother Biao said, "Who is still taking the goods in the hands of the living? Book online." Booking in the morning and arriving in the afternoon is as convenient as takeaway. Liang Yu pretended to be surprised and asked Brother Biao to introduce him to the way to order online. Brother Biao told him that if he wanted to enter the chat room to get goods, he had to take drugs. Live video verification to pass. Liang Yu was very apprehensive when she heard the video of taking drugs. K-Pak believes that recording a video should be very simple, and if you learn to pretend to gesture on TV, you should be able to get through the exam. Liang Yu felt that she had never touched that kind of thing. If you are really not sure that you can get through, you are afraid that you will be seen through by the other party. If you really can't do it, you will open up and test the poison with your body. K-Pak said, "Didn't I tell you? It's all fake. You see, look at this, it's all painted, you know. I am very safe. I have no problem." In order to allow Liang Yu to successfully enter the drug dealer's chat room, Instructor Chen specially asked the technical department to help with the forgery. The makeup artist painted Liang Yu as an addict. Hua Xiao saw Liang Yu's languishing expression and was very worried. There was a barking dog all the time. Liang Yu kept comforting Hua Xiao and asked him to cooperate with his work. The police also specially sent technicians to help Liang Yu record drug videos. Because the video was recorded similarly, when Liang Yu performed, Hua Xiao was very nervous, kept yelling at the video. K-pop quickly reassured Hua Xiao not to make trouble. Finally, the hard work paid off, and Liang Yu received a message from the drug dealer. There will be an event tomorrow night to gather drug friends, and they invite Liang Yu to participate together. When the agreed time comes, Liang Yu and K-pop came to the place agreed at the party, but they didn't expect that the drug dealer's den was actually a scrap recycling station. Director Chun handed them a miniature camera and instructed them to record the entire transaction process and the process of drug smoking by poisonous insects. At the same time, the police also secretly surrounded the garbage dump to protect their safety. Once the transaction is completed, the police will take immediate action to wipe out the drug dealers. Liang Yu and K-pop knocked on the door of the warehouse, and a fierce man opened the door and accused them of not understanding the rules. It came too late. Through the pinhole camera, the officers saw a chilling scene. Hordes of drug addicts slumped on the ground with dull eyes, like zombies. Here, Liang Yu met Brother Lang, the big guy in the chat room. Liang Yu and K-pop took out the money. I want to trade with Brother Lang. In order to prove that the goods he provided were first class, Brother Lang directly took out a package of drugs and threw them to K-pop, asking them to smoke them on the spot. Liang Yu looked at the drugs in her hand and felt uneasy. They deliberately delayed drug use. At this time, Brother Lang began to urge Liang Yu. Director Chen thought the time was ripe and gave an order to let the police go in to arrest people. Brother Lang was subdued on the spot. When all the drug addicts were controlled, Liang Yu found that there was one woman holding a child missing. Everyone suddenly felt that something was wrong. Start looking right away. K-pop found the child's water cup in the warehouse. Hua Xiao sniffed the smell on the water cup and immediately started acting. He followed the smell and finally found the woman next to the garbage pile outside the warehouse. Liang Yu said, "Look at your appearance. How can you be worthy of being a mother? You don't think about yourself, you have to think about your children." The woman slowly stood up and threw the child out as bait to create an opportunity to escape. Liang Yu stepped forward to arrest him, but was pierced into his arm by a woman with a drug needle. K-pop asked, "Liang Yu, are you okay?" Liang Yu said, "I'm fine, I just pricked." The woman said, "You have AIDS." The sentence, AIDS, made Liang Yu and K-pop instantly frightened. At night, Liang Yu lay on the bed and carefully searched for information about AIDS, and her heart could not calm down for a long time. The next day, Director Fong brought news that he would treat everyone to a celebration dinner in the evening. Relax. Director Fong also told everyone that the drug addict woman who was holding the child who was chased back last night was an AIDS carrier after a blood test. Hearing the news, Liang Yu and K-pop were like a bolt from the blue sky, and they were stunned on the spot. Director Fong said, "Many drug addicts, when this drug addiction comes, it is ignored, and many people often share a syringe, which is very likely to be infected with AIDS." Director Fong's words made Liang Yu overwhelmed. He came to the kennel in despair and quietly accompanied his comrades. K-pop went to the kennel to comfort Liang Yu. Let him not be afraid. Just be gently pricked, and he should not be infected. He asked Liang Yu to go to the hospital for a test. Liang Yu said that AIDS has an incubation period, and it cannot be detected now. At the celebration banquet in the evening, Liang Yu did not appear for a long time. K-pop called him and sent him WeChat. Couldn't help but urge. Liang Yu finally appeared with a big mask. While eating, Liang Yu accidentally saw the red spot on her arm and couldn't help but tremble. He hurriedly pulled off his sleeve to cover it up. After Director Fong and Director Chen learned about Liang Yu's stabbing by AIDS, they were very concerned and asked him to take AIDS-blocking drugs quickly. Liang Yu was very uncomfortable after taking the blocking medicine and kept vomiting. Hua Xiao was very worried and kept shouting in the room anxiously. Liang Yu endured the discomfort, constantly comforting Hua Xiao. She told Hua Xiao that she was just eating a bad stomach and just sleeping. Liang Yu took Hua Xiao out for a walk, and after running for a while, she was so tired that she was dizzy and had a hard time breathing. She lay weakly on Hua Xiao's body. Suddenly, I found that the red spots on my arms became more and more obvious. She was a little overwhelmed. Liang Yu, who was weak, was worried that she would really be sick and could no longer take care of Hua Xiao. So she told Master Wu that she could take care of Hua Xiao after she retired. Master Wu agreed. K-pop was very uncomfortable when he heard this. She knew that Liang Yu was undoubtedly giving her last words when she made such a decision. She didn't know how to tell Master Wu the truth, let alone how to save Liang Yu. In the evening, Liang Yu asked his ex-girlfriend Li Yin out. She wanted to see Li Yin one last time. She felt that Li Yin was too simple, and her own conditions were so good, and there must be many men chasing her. She advised Li Yin to keep her eyes open to men in the future and learn to protect herself. In the end, Liang Yu also instructed Li Yin to live a better life than herself. Director Fong was worried about Liang Yu, so he came to Liang Yu to chat in the office. Hua Xiao also ran over to listen to the corner. Director Fong felt that Hua Xiao was particularly attached to Liang Yu during this time, and he was supporting and accompanying her with practical actions. Seeing Liang Yu's dejected appearance, Director Fong was very worried. He said that the child in the arms of the AIDS mother was not infected, which is enough to show that AIDS is not so easily transmitted. What's more, Liang Yu was just pricked by a needle. He encouraged Liang Yu to have confidence in himself, survive this extraordinary period peacefully. However, the sky did not go as planned, and Liang Yu had a fever. Director Fong asked him to rest in bed, but Liang Yu was still thinking about work. She said she was just a little dizzy and could just lie down a little. In the evening, Liang Yu took Hua Xiao out on the night shift and accidentally fell into a manhole without a manhole cover. Hua Xiao kept shouting next to the manhole, calling Liang Yu. Liang Yu struggled to open her eyes, dialed He K-Pok's phone in a daze, and fainted before she could speak. Hua Xiao hurriedly jumped down the manhole and screamed at his phone. He K-Pok heard Hua Xiao's hurried cry on the phone and felt that something must have happened, so he hurriedly took someone out to look for it. Just when everyone was anxious and overwhelmed, He K-Pok heard Hua Xiao's cry. The police officers followed the direction of the sound and finally saw Liang Yu with blood on her head in a manhole. In the hospital, Liang Yu woke up from a coma and saw that He K-Pok had fallen asleep from exhaustion to take care of him. Liang Yu felt very uncomfortable. In the past few days when Liang Yu was hospitalized, Hua Xiao was very worried in his heart, lying outside the kennel without eating or drinking. No matter how Master Wu persuaded him, it was to no avail. At this time, Director Fong came over and told Hua Xiao that Liang Yu was coming back soon, and he would be very sad if he saw him not eat. Hua Xiao seemed to understand, and quickly took a big bite of his meal. This operation stunned Director Fong. The next morning, Liang Yu showed the results of the blood test to He K-Pok. Unexpectedly, He K-Pok cried when he saw that it was written negative. Liang Yu quickly explained that negative means that she did not have AIDS. He K-Pok cried and said that these were tears of joy, and said, "How nervous is this time? I'm more afraid than you. I'm afraid of you. The people are gone." Liang Yu walked up and hugged He K-Pok in his arms to comfort. After Liang Yu was discharged from the hospital, he came to the police station, and many colleagues happily gathered around. After Hua Xiao heard the sound in the kennel, he knocked open the kennel door and rushed towards Liang Yu. The two-way love between police dogs and trainers is really touching. Liang Yu hugged Hua Xiao happily. Tell him that they will never be apart again. At this moment, I finally realized what it means to be inseparable. The veterinarian of the police dog team came to vaccinate Hua Xiao, but when he came to the kennel, Hua Xiao was nowhere to be found. The doctor said that Hua Xiao was very ghostly. In the past, the Kunming base was notoriously afraid of injections, running around, and almost overturning the entire base. Today, it is estimated that he smelled him from a distance, so he left early. Liang Yu checked the surveillance and found that Hua Xiao did not leave the police station compound. He K-Pok said that Hua Xiao is usually not afraid of hard and tiring tasks. Why is he so resistant to that little needle? Liang Yu said, "Who doesn't have a little shortcoming, really?" He K-Pok said, "Other dogs can, Hua Xiao can't." Liang Yu said, "Why can't Hua Xiao? He was flesh and blood, and he had thoughts. Why not?" He K-Pok said, "It's what you are used to with Master Lu." Liang Yu said, "Are you not used to it?" He K-Pok said, "Okay, what are you arguing about? Okay, there is time to quarrel. Hua Xiao has found it." Master Wu took the meat and bones and wanted to tempt Hua Xiao out, but Hua Xiao, who was hiding in the shadows, refused to show his face. Director Fong and Liang Yu searched around the police station several times, but did not find Hua Xiao. Liang Yu said, "When Hua Xiao is usually afraid, he will find a place he is familiar with to hide. I think he must be hiding in a corner of this yard. Sneak a peek at us." At this time, He K-Pok thought of a way to make Hua Xiao come out willingly. So he and Liang Yu shouted loudly, "The police are out." Hua Xiao, who was hiding in the grass, immediately ran out. When Hua Xiao got into the police car, He K-Pok immediately closed the car door tightly, and then successfully deceived Hua Xiao back. The three people in the kennel held Hua Xiao together, but as soon as the doctor came, Hua Xiao began to struggle violently. Liang Yu shouted, "Hua Xiao, Hua Xiao. A moment, a moment." The doctor shouted, "Hey, you have an injection. Why are you working so hard with it? You. Is this an injection? Will you? Ah, you." Liang Yu said, "Hua Xiao, obedient, obedient. Don't get excited." Okay, right away. Come on, lie down for me." "Okay, good," the doctor shouted. Xiao He, don't bend over that leg hard. I can't move my waist. What are you doing? Be lighter." The scene was chaotic. Hua Xiao's resistance left the doctor with nowhere to start, and everyone had to find another way. Liang Yu said, "For Hua Xiao, now he is afraid of injections. Only by turning injections into a game can he dispel this fear." Liang Yu's words were also affirmed by the doctor. Since Hua Xiao was very resistant to the doctor decided to leave the police station to create a relaxed and happy environment for Hua Xiao to get injections. And Hua Xiao's injection must be done by people who are usually close to Hua Xiao. After thinking about it, the doctor decided to let Director Fong, who had learned first aid techniques, inject Hua Xiao instead of him. He K-Pok said that he could also be qualified for this task, but he didn't expect to be directly scolded back by Liang Yu. Liang Yu thought that Hua Xiao was so resistant now, mostly because of He K-Pok's bad idea, which scared Hua Xiao. In the end, everyone decided that Liang Yu would distract Hua Xiao, and Master Wu told Hua Xiao a story and coaxed Hua Xiao like a child. Director Fong walked over to find the right time and quietly arranged for Hua Xiao. Hua Xiao, who had finished the injection, looked confused. Hua Xiao, who had been injected at night, hid in Liang Yu's room and refused to come out. Liang Yu knew that Hua Xiao was angry about being tricked into getting an injection during the day. She blamed herself. As Hua Xiao's trainer, he was unable to inject Hua Xiao. She decided to practice her injection skills well and strive to become a good canine nurse. The next day, Liang Yu came to the kennel and wanted to play a game with Hua Xiao about getting an injection when you are sick. He kept demonstrating on his arm, telling Hua Xiao that injections were not scary, and encouraging Hua Xiao to be a brave police dog. Liang Yu walked over and told Hua Xiao that she was the person he trusted the most, and the injection was also for his good. Then Liang Yu learned from Director Fong the appearance of helping Hua Xiao get an injection. Unexpectedly, Hua Xiao was very well behaved and did not resist. It seems that our police dog Hua Xiao has improved again. A young and beautiful female college student is looking for summer work, and she has no intention of meeting a male netizen named Nirvana on the internet. The two quickly developed into boyfriend and girlfriend. Nirvana claims that she is doing high-end training in Macau, and she can introduce Colgate to the Macau International Women's Training Center. This is undoubtedly a pie in the sky. Colgate came to Macau in response to the promise of Nirvana. The two were very satisfied with each other after meeting. But Nirvana did not take Gao Lu directly to the training base, but took her directly to the apartment he rented. Gao Lu has no precautions against the Nirvana of enthusiasm. Then the excuse of Nirvana is coming. The company's human resources department did the registration and took away Colgate's ID card and pass. Gao Lu, who was carried away by love, thought he had found the destined Prince Charming. In the evening, Nirvana took Colgate to the clubhouse. When I arrived at the box, Nirvana couldn't wait to put Gao Lu introduced to a Japanese boss. He also said that as long as he leaves a good impression on his boss, he can join the company early. After hearing this, Gao Lu drank a lot of wine in a row in order to perform. After sobering up, Gao Lu found himself lying in bed. She heard a sound in the bathroom and ran over. Unexpectedly, the Japanese boss was taking a bath inside. Gao Lu asked Nirvana to make her words clear, otherwise she wouldn't have opened the door. Nirvana made Colgate look at him viciously. After all, a big boss like this who is more than generous is not something you can meet every day. Colgate insisted on not opening the door. The Japanese boss was angry and his eyes were red. He yelled at the bastard and left in anger. The next morning, Nirvana took Colgate with him. He warned Gao Lu that it was better to recognize reality. After a night, Gao Lu finally knew that it was a scam, and the man who promised her his whole life turned out to be a human trafficker. The police here cracked a case of trafficking in women, and learned from the suspects that the 20 trafficked girls were on the boat, and these girls were all deceived in search of jobs. After learning the news, the police quickly deployed. Liang Yu took Hua Xiao to inspect the ship. Hua Xiao found Gao Lu's earrings. Then Liang Yu followed Hua Xiao to look under the cabin. Nirvana, who heard the movement, quickly became alert. He K-Pak and Liang Yu opened the iron door and tiptoed into the cabin. Nirvana in the shadows is ready for battle. He K-Pak and Liang Yu's footsteps were getting closer and closer, and suddenly Nirvana shot at He K-Pak. Liang Yu pushed He K-Pak aside and said that it was too late, and Hua Xiao pounced on Nirvana fiercely and threw the gun in his hand. In the face of the brave police dog, Nirvana sprayed Hua Xiao with poison gas spray in a pan. He K-Pak rushed over and kicked Nirvana and subdued him directly. When Liang Yu rescued the hostages, she heard Hua Xiao's miserable cry. They immediately sent Hua Xiao to the hospital. The doctor said that Hua Xiao's condition was not optimistic, and the poison gas came directly from Hua Xiao's eyes. The nose entered his body and caused great damage to his sense of smell and brain. The doctor asked Director Fong and the others to prepare for the worst. The doctor said, "We have tested that poisonous gas. It is not fatal. Here's how it is." He inhaled the poisonous gas while working, and the damage was more than 10 times that of usual. Once the poisonous gas enters the body, it spreads rapidly. The doctor asked Director Fong and the others to be mentally prepared for Hua Xiao to sacrifice at any time. Liang Yu suddenly felt a bolt from the blue and kept muttering that it was impossible. He firmly believes that Hua Xiao is not an ordinary dog. For several days, Liang Yu guarded Hua Xiao without eating or drinking. Master Wu came to visit with soup. Hua Xiao on the hospital bed gasped heavily. Master Wu comforted Liang Yu. Hua Xiao was just too tired, and he would be fine after a few days of sleep. He K-Pak brought Hua Xiao his favorite doll. Seeing Liang Yu's half-dead state, He K-Pak advised Liang Yu to cheer up, because their listlessness would affect Hua Xiao. He believed that Hua Xiao would definitely wake up. The next day, Director Fong took the police from the police station to the hospital to hold an award ceremony for Hua Xiao. The abduction and trafficking case of women cracked this time was awarded the second-class meritorious dog due to Hua Xiao's outstanding performance. Liang Yu took Hua Xiao's honorary certificate with red eyes. Director Fong said, "This honor belongs to Hua Xiao. Without him, we are nothing. So Hua Xiao, you have to come on. Can you open your eyes and let me see?" Director Fong asked everyone not to be discouraged, and I believe that Hua Xiao will definitely turn danger into safety. Maybe Hua Xiao felt everyone's love for him. I actually opened my eyes. K-pop immediately went to the doctor after finding out. The doctor went to the ward to do a physical examination of Hua Xiao and concluded that Hua Xiao only opened his eyes and did not regain consciousness. Hua Xiao is likely to become a plant dog. The citizens of Fengqing Island heard from nowhere that Hua Xiao was about to die, and they suggested that Hua Xiao hold the most solemn funeral. Liang Yu was very angry when she heard this, saying that they were not qualified to prepare a funeral for Hua Xiao. Even if she waited for 3 or 5 years, she would never give up on Hua Xiao. Liang Yu came to the hospital and saw Hua Xiao on the hospital bed, and her heart was broken. She stroked Hua Xiao's head and said, "If you really leave this time, I won't be a policeman. If you don't want me to take off this police uniform, just open your eyes and look at me." Liang Yu decided to go back to write a resignation report and take Hua Xiao back to the countryside. Hua Xiao gave birth to him. Hua Xiao went, and he also left, and everyone shared the ups and downs. Liang Yu's tears fell in big drops. Hua Xiao seemed to understand, and suddenly raised his head. Liang Yu was surprised and happy. Liang Yu took Hua Xiao to the dog training brigade for rehabilitation training. After a period of training, Hua Xiao's comprehensive review results have come out. Unfortunately, Hua Xiao lost his sense of smell. This is undoubtedly a fatal blow to police dogs. Captain He of the dog training brigade suggested that Hua Xiao retire. "Captain," he said, "with my more than 20 years of experience, in the case of Hua Xiao, the chance of recovery is almost zero." Captain He of the police dog team suggested that Hua Xiao be retired. Liang Yu's eyes turned red when she heard this, and she said, "You have seen his training results too, haven't you? He has been able to find drugs. He has no problem. His nose has recovered. He's fine." "Captain," he said, "for 3 months, you have been training with Hua Xiao every day, hoping that he can return to the same level as before and be able to sniff out what you hope it can smell. It's just catering to you. It's guess. You can always guess correctly once out of 10. It does not rely on the sense of smell, but on feelings for you." Even so, Liang Yu still refused to give up Hua Xiao. He decided to take Hua Xiao back to retrain. On the way back, Liang Yu didn't believe that Hua Xiao would retire like this. He constantly encouraged Hua Xiao to have confidence in himself. Now he is only 2 years old. It is the golden period of physical development, and there is still unlimited potential that has not been tapped. But Hua Xiao, who has always been lively and active, has become very inferior since he lost his sense of smell. Every day, I lie down in the kennel. Seeing Hua Xiao like this, Liang Yu and K-pop felt very uncomfortable. They felt that it was a pity for Hua Xiao to retire like this. Master Wu comforted them that these are trivial things, and there is always a recovery period when they are sick. He suggested that Hua Xiao follow him to recuperate in the next 2 days. Maybe it would be fine. Hua Xiao followed Master Wu to buy groceries, and everyone praised Hua Xiao for his majestic appearance and uprightness. Master Wu looked proud. At this time, Hua Xiao saw 2 moves. The person in the dog cage was suspicious and desperately signaled to Master Wu. Master Wu did not notice Hua Xiao's abnormality, thinking that Hua Xiao was in a hurry to go home. Helplessly, Hua Xiao could only catch up with him. Outside the vegetable market, the men put the dog cage in their hands into the car. Hua Xiao suddenly ran over, jumped into the car. The 2 men were overjoyed, but they didn't expect to throw themselves into the net. After Master Wu finished buying vegetables, he found that Hua Xiao was missing, and then he was very anxious and immediately called Director Fong. Director Fong asked Master Wu not to worry. After all, Hua Xiao is a police dog. It is impossible to run away with others casually. It must be that he discovers something before leaving. Liang Yu and the others called out the surveillance at the entrance of the vegetable market and found that the car that Hua Xiao jumped on and the license plate of the truck was clearly visible in the surveillance. With the license plate, it's much easier to do. Here, Hua Xiao was thinking of a way in the carriage, and he skillfully opened the cage. Liang Yu and the others saw a dog jumping out of the carriage during the surveillance and immediately rushed over. The driver saw a dog running away in the rearview mirror and immediately got out of the car to shoot. The accomplice shouted, "Don't fight, don't fight. You who break the law, this is. Aren't you afraid of being seen?" The 2 closed the car door and prepared to escape. At this time, the patrol police chased after them, and they opened the carriage and saw a cart of dogs. At this time, Liang Yu and K-pop arrived by car. When Hua Xiao saw them, he immediately ran out of the car to join them. Although Hua Xiao lost his sense of smell, it did not affect his responsibilities as a police dog at all. Hua Xiao, who returned to the police station, couldn't cheer up again. K-pop thinks that Hua Xiao is a natural workaholic. He is excited to work, but if he is not allowed to work, he will only lose more and more self-confidence. In order to allow Hua Xiao to resume his work as soon as possible, the leaders of the municipal bureau specially invited Dr. Chen from the Beijing Canine Research Institute. After examining Hua Xiao's illness, Dr. Chen asked Director Fong and Liang Yu not to worry, because Germany had developed an olfactory medicine that could cure dogs. Just when everyone was looking forward to curing Hua Xiao, Liang Yu suddenly fell from the sky and got into big trouble. Liang Yu received a phone call that day. The person on the phone claimed to have sent Hua Xiao medicine to restore his sense of smell and asked him to take it off at the agreed place. Liang Yu was very happy, thinking that it was a kind person in the society who donated to Hua Xiao. Came to the agreed place, a pregnant woman with a blue nose and a swollen face sneakily hit Liang Yu from behind. The pregnant woman lay on the ground and shouted, "The police beat someone." Pregnant women are a vulnerable group, not to mention that she still has wounds on her face. The onlookers turned all their public opinion to the side of the pregnant woman and condemned Liang Yu one after another. No matter how Liang Yu explained, it was useless. Although the pregnant woman only had skin trauma, she insisted that Liang Yu beat her. The pregnant woman said, "Sister, I met you in Pingshui. Why did you frame me? So many people just proved to me. Do you want to deny it now? I was walking on the side of the road just now. I touched him, and he hit me when he came up. Don't deny it. Many people have proven it to me." The internet is full of videos of police beating pregnant women. Citizens who did not know what to do have posted condemned Liang Yu. Director Fong held an emergency meeting. After investigation, the pregnant woman's name is Zhang Xian. Her husband is in the building materials business, and last year he was dealt with by the police station for picking quarrels and provoking trouble, and he has always been dissatisfied with the police. And the phone number that called Liang Yu to ask her to pick up the medicine was a new card, without real name authentication. Now the number has become empty. It is clear that this is a deliberate frame-up. The suspect's real purpose may not be to target Liang Yu alone, but to use this to damage the reputation of the police station. Liang Yu, who was suspended, sat next to Hua Xiao in disappointment. She told Hua Xiao that she was now became a demon who beat pregnant women. In the face of overwhelming accusations on the internet, I feel very uncomfortable. She didn't know how to explain things clearly, let alone why the other party did this. In order to help Liang Yu clear her grievances, K-pop pretended to be a psychological counseling volunteer and came to Zhang Xian's house. Induced Zhang Xian to tell the whole process of the incident. Zhang Xian's rhetoric is full of loopholes. She claimed that she was going to the scene of the incident to eat wontons. K-pop said that the wonton shop had moved out last month. Moreover, a pregnant woman with a big belly. It is a bit unreasonable to go around the most famous wonton restaurant in the city and go to eat wontons 4 or 5 kilometers away from home. Zhang Xian was a little vigilant and keenly aware of K-pop's identity. K-pop had to admit that she was a policeman. She knew that Zhang Xian would not wrongfully accuse Liang Yu for no reason, and there must be some misunderstanding. She hopes that everyone can talk openly and honestly. At this time, Zhang Xian's husband came back and drove K-pop away without saying anything. Then Zhang Xian and his wife uploaded a video to the internet. The video was obviously edited, and it only showed the clip of K-pop persecuting Zhang Xian. Netizens also posted to condemn the behavior of the police station. Director Fong was furious when he saw this video. He called K-pop to the office and scolded him. He criticized K-pop for being unorganized and undisciplined and making his own decisions, and now the matter is even more serious. K-pop cried and said that she just wanted to help Liang Yu clear her suspicions, but she didn't expect to be used again. Director Fong said, "It is difficult to prove one's innocence. Let's make a fuss about the Municipal Bureau branch. How do you think to investigate? How did Liang Yu turn over?" The Bureau decided to suspend Liang Yu before the matter was investigated. Liang Yu took off her police uniform and left the dormitory with mixed feelings. Watching Liang Yu take Hua Xiao out of the police station, K-pop cried and said sorry loudly to Liang Yu's back. Before the matter was investigated, Liang Yu had to take off her police uniform and be suspended. But colleagues at the police station did not give up on her, and everyone was actively looking for evidence. When Director Tian Fong was at a meeting of the Municipal Bureau, he learned a piece of news. Ma Xiaoqing and Zhang Xian, residents of Fengqing Island, turned out to be cousins, and Liang Yu's frame this time may be related to Ma Xiaoqing. Ma Xiaoqing used to beat his wife often and was dealt with by the police station. In order to prevent Ma Xiaoqing's domestic violence addiction, Liang Yu asked Ma Xiaoqing's wife to take Hua Xiao back to take care of her. Ma Xiaoqing, who has been afraid of dogs since he was a child, was terrified when he saw Hua Xiao. Later, Ma Xiaoqing cheated, and the couple's marriage came to an end. After the divorce, Ma Xiaoqing lived with the mistress, but he didn't expect that the mistress was a liar and defrauded all Ma Xiaoqing's property. Director Fong suspected that Ma Xiaoqing's life after being deceived was depressed, and he held a grudge against Liang Yu and Hua Xiao, so he designed the whole plan. Director Fong asked K-pop to deliberately bring a message to Zhang Xian's husband, implying that the police were looking for Ma Xiaoqing. Zhang Xian was extremely excited when she found out. Zhang Xian's husband said, "Oh, what are you panicking about? Even if they find out, they have no evidence." Zhang Xian said, "I said I wouldn't let you do this, but you didn't listen. You see how it will end when it's so big now. The police are amazing at solving the case, and this matter will be found out sooner or later." Zhang Xian, who was in a hurry, immediately went to find Ma Xiaoqing. K-pop quietly drove and followed Zhang Xian to the restaurant. Liang Yu drilled into the car. She wanted to hear Ma Xiaoqing's explanation for the first time. Zhang Xian persuaded Ma Xiaoqing to surrender with her. Ma Xiaoqing was still obsessed and refused to admit his mistake. Zhang Xian said that harming people is to be retributed, not to mention that her baby is about to be born. She doesn't want to be a tainted mother. Ma Xiaoqing said, now there is a stain. Think about what kind of life I lived before, and then look at what kind of life I live now. When I think about this now, I hate those policemen. Zhang Xian said, you should hate that female liar. Ma Xiaoqing said, I hate him, so what? If I could find him, I would have killed him long ago. Then Ma Xiaoqing said an even more terrible plan, that is, to use the child in Zhang Xian's belly to drive Director Fong out of the police station. Zhang Xian resolutely disagreed with his brother taking himself. Children do harmful things. Unexpectedly, Ma Xiaoqing threatened him that if he didn't help her, he would kill someone. Zhang Xian was angry and suddenly saw blood flowing down her legs. Zhang Xian is about to give birth. Ma Xiaoqing hurriedly supported Zhang Xian. Hurriedly walked out. Liang Yu and He Kpak saw that the situation was not good, so they chased them out. When Ma Xiaoqing saw the police, he immediately threw down his sister and ran away. Zhang Xian sat on the ground covering her stomach and begged He Kpak to save her child. Zhang Xian's situation is urgent. He Kpak asked Liang Yu not to chase Ma Xiaoqing first, and he must send Zhang Xian to the hospital immediately. Due to the timely delivery to the hospital, Zhang Xian gave birth safely. The couple felt guilty and kept apologizing to Liang Yu and He Kpak. Then Zhang Xian revealed the truth. She cried and said that she had never harmed anyone, but she didn't expect to harm her savior. She expressed her willingness to record a video and return Liang Yu's innocence. Ma Xiaoqing, who was naturally afraid of dogs here, was blocked by Hua Xiao on the side of the road and trembled. Seeing Director Fong is like grabbing a lifesaver. Ma Xiaoqing shouted, hurry up and get rid of it, okay? What are you doing? Look at both of us. Director Fong said, do you go with him or with me? Ma Xiaoqing said, I'll go with you. I'll go with you. Liang Yu has been trying to train Hua Xiao, but the effect is unsatisfactory. Director Tianfang called Liang Yu to the office. He said that the municipal bureau approved another dog to the police station, and this new dog was also handed over to Liang Yu. Liang Yu was reluctant to take over the task in the hands of Director Fong. Liang Yu said, I don't want to pick up a new dog. When you meet someone who is infatuated, choose a dog to live your life. This is my promise to each other with Hua Xiao. Director Fong said that Hua Xiao was sick, but the work of the police station could not be stopped. He asked Liang Yueming to pick up the new dog early in the morning. Liang Yu felt that this was a betrayal of Hua Xiao and left without looking back. He Kpak was very sad when he heard the news. It is said that Director Fong does not love Hua Xiao at all. She was worried that Hua Xiao would be too strong and sensitive, and when the new police dog came, Hua Xiao would be depressed. Director Fong said that even if the new dog comes, Hua Xiao is also the predecessor of the new police dog, and his status in the police station is unchangeable. In the dead of night, Director Fong came to the kennel to comfort Hua Xiao and said a lot of heartfelt words. Director Fong said, it's just a new partner, not to give up on you, let alone to abandon you. You are the treasure of our town, and your status is irreplaceable. I am the director. I have to take care of the overall situation. Consider the work of the whole institute as a whole. You are now in the stage of treatment and rehabilitation, unable to perform tasks. The new police dog is coming, and it is a substitute. When you get better, you can work normally. Director Fong's heartfelt words, Hua Xiao couldn't listen to at all. Early the next morning, Liang Yu offered to pick up the new dog. Director Fong asked him if he understood. Liang Yu said that even if you don't understand it, you have to understand. After all, you can't be emotionally involved as a policeman. At this time, Hua Xiao was manic and restless in his kennel, running up and down. Master Wu is worried that the new dog is coming. This must not be a chaotic world. He Kpak comforted Hua Xiao not to be afraid, and when the new dog came, he could bite it back, and this side would always be Hua Xiao's world. In the dog training brigade, Captain He chose a police dog named Tian Tian for Liang Yu. Captain He said that Tian Tian was 2 years older than Hua Xiao, and with a gentle and humble personality, he will definitely be able to get along peacefully with Hua Xiao. Captain He also suggested that Liang Yu could take Hua Xiao to the dog training brigade, which would be responsible for Hua Xiao's rehabilitation training. Liang Yu politely rejected Captain He's kindness, but she still wanted to keep Hua Xiao by her side. Liang Yu took him back to the police station every day. Hua Xiao anxiously circled around the kennel. He Kpak felt sorry for Hua Xiao and criticized Liang Yu for not being affectionate. In the evening, Hua Xiao went on a hunger strike. Liang Yu couldn't bear it and took Hua Xiao to her dormitory to chat. She told Hua Xiao that wearing a police uniform means you can't do anything as you want, let alone at work. Liang Yu asked Hua Xiao to take medicine on time, train quickly, and strive for an early recovery. Hua Xiao seemed to be jealous and started eating. The next day, Hua Xiao barked wildly when he saw Tian Tian, looking like he was incompatible. The appearance of the sky. And Tian Tian just sits on the ground obediently. There was no way. Liang Yu and He Kpak could only separate them, and each person took care of one. Liang Yu wanted to take Tian Tian to perform a special task, and she gathered downstairs to freshen up and dress up every day. Hua Xiao upstairs couldn't see that Liang Yu was good to Tian Tian, so he shouted at the window. Director Fong felt sorry for Hua Xiao and urged Liang Yu to set off quickly. Hua Xiao's cry broke Kpok's heart, and he immediately went upstairs with Director Fong to comfort Hua Xiao. Director Fong opened the door and saw the room was tossed into a mess, and suddenly my brain was buzzing. It turned out that Hua Xiao was jealous and demolished Liang Yu's room in a fit of anger. Liang Yu, who returned from the police, was very angry when she learned about it. She asked Hua Xiao why he did this. I didn't expect Hua Xiao to look at Liang Yu directly. I thought, that's it, don't you have a point in your heart? Do you have to let me say it? Seeing that Hua Xiao had a proud face and no attitude of admitting mistakes, Liang Yu told Hua Xiao that if she continued to be so crazy, she would not want Hua Xiao. The next day, Master Wu also persuaded Hua Xiao to be a dignified man. Don't be so petty. At this time, Liang Yu came back with a daily patrol. Hua Xiao began to shout again, and Liang Yu didn't listen to what he said. Liang Yu wanted to send Tian Tian to the kennel, but saw that the kennel was made smoky by Hua Xiao. Liang Yu said, Hua Xiao, did you do this? Liang Yu said, I ask you, what is your name? I ask you, why are you doing this? Huh, you still talk back? Am I unable to control you now? Whoever cares about you, I don't care. Hua Xiao was chained under the big tree, and when he saw Master Wu feeding him every day, he kept calling towards Tian Tian. Master Wu thought that Hua Xiao was starving, and immediately brought Hua Xiao's food to him. Unexpectedly, Hua Xiao kicked down the rice bowl and scattered dog food all over the floor. Master Wu said, what are you doing? What's wrong with this? Master Wu realized that Hua Xiao's stubborn temper had come up, and quickly went to the canteen to find Liang Yu and asked him to appease Hua Xiao. When Hua Xiao saw Liang Yu coming out, he screamed even more fiercely. Liang Yu said, what are you doing? Is it a hunger strike? Huh. The basin was also kicked over. Didn't you want to eat it? Are you still yelling at me? Let me tell you, this rice bowl is kicked over. You have so much today. If you don't eat, you won't eat for a day today. Director Fong asked Liang Yu to find a way to help Hua Xiao return to work. He didn't want 2 police dogs all day, jealous at the police station. After thinking about it, Liang Yu decided to send Hua Xiao back to her home and ask her parents to help take care of Hua Xiao for a while. But Hua Xiao is a police dog after all, and he can't do anything during the recuperation period. Liang Yu asked her parents to take Hua Xiao with them when they went out for a walk every day. Responsible for security patrols in the community, Liang's father made a meritorious service when he took Hua Xiao to patrol the community on the first day. A person who sneaked into the community was seen through by Hua Xiao at a glance. Unexpectedly, the person Hua Xiao caught turned out to be a habitual thief. Witnessing Hua Xiao's true ability, he became famous in the community. Neighbors came to visit one after another, wanting to ask Hua Xiao to help them find the lost small items at home. Now the police dog Hua Xiao has been completely upgraded to a community security guard. Dad Liang saw that everyone was so enthusiastic. I was really happy for Hua Xiao, but when I thought that Hua Xiao was still in the recovery period, I politely refused. However, Hua Xiao is a conspicuous bag, and he agrees to everyone's request in one bite. There was no way for Liang's father to take Hua Xiao to try it at various homes. When he came to the first one, Hua Xiao went straight to the balcony. Lie down next to a flower pot. The neighbor said, why is this Hua Xiao lying here? Let me tell you, he found a problem. Let me see. The neighbor found the money and said, hey, how's it going? Money. What's going on, old man? Tell me clearly, what's going on with this money? My wife said, don't worry. Wife, I usually like to drink some wine, and when I go to drink with those friends, I always let people pay for it, so I will leave some private money. Now it's good. Originally, Hua Xiao came to help find glasses, but he didn't expect to dig out the uncle's private money and let the uncle be scolded. Hua Xiao went to the second house to help find gold earrings. Soon Hua Xiao lay down next to a shoebox to mourn. When I opened the shoebox, it turned out to be a cigarette inside. When Liang's father saw that the situation was not good, he quickly took Hua Xiao away. There is no suspense. This uncle also has to be scolded by his wife. Liang Yu came to visit Hua Xiao after get off work and learned from Liang's father that Hua Xiao was helping the neighbors in the community find things. Liang Yu felt that this was not appropriate. Liang Yu said, I didn't find what everyone wanted, but I dug up the small vaults and hidden cigarettes hidden by the men of each family, which aroused the internal conflicts of other people's families and made them jump and not be at peace. Dad Liang thinks that this kind of hidden danger in the family will detonate sooner or later. It's just that Hua Xiao advanced the time a little. The next day, Liang's father fell asleep on the sofa. The boiling water in the kitchen extinguished the gas stove, and the gas spread throughout the house. Hua Xiao smelled the smell and immediately went to the kitchen to check. Hua Xiao should have realized what was happening. Hurry up and warn Liang's father. In Hua Xiao's hurried cry, Liang's father finally woke up. Dad Liang said, Hua Xiao, what's wrong with you? Dad Liang said, it's broken. Liang's father, who turned off the gas, sighed that thanks to Hua Xiao, his life would have been gone. When Liang's father told Liang Yu about this, Liang Yu excitedly thought that Hua Xiao had regained his sense of smell and immediately took Hua Xiao back to the police station. She asked Hua Xiao to do olfactory recovery training. However, the test results were not ideal. Liang Yu was worried and took Hua Xiao to the doctor. Halfway through, Hua Xiao kept making noise in the car. Liang Yu thought that Hua Xiao was going to boot, so she pulled over. Unexpectedly, Hua Xiao lay directly next to the rear wheel after getting out of the car. Liang Yu checked. It turned out that the police car had leaked oil. Liang Yu reported Hua Xiao's various phenomena to the doctor, and she felt that Hua Xiao's sense of smell should have recovered, but she didn't understand why Hua Xiao had not been able to pass the test. The doctor speculated that most of Hua Xiao's olfactory ability had been restored. The reason why he failed the test was caused by post-traumatic psychological disorder. This psychological obstacle can be overcome through training. Liang Yu was overjoyed, and after being treated for so long, Hua Xiao finally regained his sense of smell. After the rigorous testing of the dog training brigade, it proves that Hua Xiao's olfactory ability has been fully restored, and he can be competent for future investigation work. Hua Xiao returned to the team and resumed his post. On this day, the police station received a call from tourists that 2 college students had disappeared while visiting Lanshan Island. Director Fong received the report, immediately arranged for He Kaipak and Liang Yu to take Hua Xiao to the island to search. When she came to Lanshan Island, Liang Yu learned from nearby residents that 2 college students had gone to the island to find karst caves and had eaten at the homes of the islanders. He Kaipak found 2 people on the ticket information. The college student had already left by boat at 7 o'clock the night before. At this time, a villager reported that it was impossible because they had contact with them at 12 o'clock the night before yesterday, and they definitely did not go back. Liang Yu and He Kaipak felt that this matter was very strange. After asking the residents, He Kaipak and Liang Yu continued to investigate the situation on Blue Mountain Island, and suddenly found that many hidden cameras were installed on a small road, which made the 2 feel very suspicious. After all, installed on this closed island, so many cameras are really unnecessary. Following the path, they found a beverage factory. The person in charge of the beverage factory said he had not seen the missing university students in the photo. He Kaipak and Liang Yu walked out of the beverage factory. I feel that this factory is strange. They went back and reported these situations to Director Fong. This beverage factory is a village-run enterprise established more than 10 years ago, which used to produce canned food and later changed to produce beverages. But inside and outside the factory, there are many cameras installed. Director Fong felt that a beverage factory was so heavily guarded, and there must be an inside story. The next day, He Kaipak and Liang Yu came to the beverage factory again to search for missing college students. After knowing the news, the boss behind the scenes felt that the police had set their sights on the factory, so he quickly ordered his men to transport the goods away tonight and destroy the evidence of drug production. Liang Yu received a notice from her superiors that this beverage factory may be a drug factory. This time their mission is not only to find the missing college students, we also need to find evidence of factory drug production. He Kaipak was a little surprised. She was worried that the 3 of them would not be able to complete this mission with their strength alone. Besides, there are so many cameras on the island, they can't get in at all. Liang Yu suggested finding a place to settle down first. Wait until night when there are fewer people before carrying out the mission. Director Fong is intensively arranging tonight's arrest operation. At night, Liang Yu cut the main power supply line in the village so that she would not be tracked when entering the factory. They quietly came to the door of the beverage factory, saw the workers busily moving things to the big truck, felt something was wrong, and immediately took out their mobile phones to report to their superiors, but found that the mobile phones had no signal. They decided to evacuate temporarily and go to a wired phone. The 2 came to the mountain, and in the Mazu temple, they found a signal shielding device. Turn off the switch, and the phone immediately restored the signal. After reporting the situation to their superiors, the 2 decided to go to the dock to find a large truck loaded with goods and find out the route for the criminal gang to transport the drugs away. At the dock, they saw large trucks loading goods in full swing. Time was running out, and the 2 decided to get on the boat to find out. Hua Xiao deliberately shouted at the door of the wheelhouse, attracting the attention of the guards on the ship. When the 2 guards went to chase Hua Xiao, Liang Yu and He Kaipak got on the boat. Coming to the cab, He Kaipak cut the wires in the cockpit. Hua Xiao attracted the attention of the 2 guards to the cabin. After entering the cabin, Hua Xiao disappeared in a flash. He Kaipak said, "Do we want to help Hua Xiao?" Liang Yu said, "No, Hua Xiao can handle it himself." The witty Hua Xiao threw off the guards and came to meet Liang Yu. Just when Liang Yu was about to leave with Hua Xiao returned. Liang Yu and He Kaipak had to follow Hua Xiao to the cabin. Under the leadership of Hua Xiao, they found it at the bottom of the cabin 2 missing college students. As they were about to leave, they were discovered by the people on the boat. They picked up their sharp blades and chased after them frantically. Liang Yu shouted, "Hua Xiao, are you optimistic about him?" Just as Liang Yu and He Kaipak were fighting with the suspects, the anti-drug brigade also boarded the ship. They surrounded the cargo ships. Several suspects were not opponents of Liang Yu and He Kaipak at all, and they solved the suspects by dividing them by 2. Always show the ironclad demeanor of the people's police. Just as Liang Yu and He Kaipak cheered each other up, a deranged suspect picked up a sharp blade and stabbed He Kaipak frantically. Liang Yu wanted to protect He K-Pak. She rushed up desperately. As a result, he was stabbed in the stomach. He K-Pak shouted, "Oh my god!" He K-Pak shouted, "Save him! Hurry up and save him!" Liang Yu was rushed to the hospital for treatment, but she didn't expect to have appendix surgery by mistake. He K-Pak also joked that Liang Yu went to the police and completed the work and treatment. Hua Xiao didn't see Liang Yu for several days. He doesn't want to eat tea. Everyone was trying to make Hua Xiao happy, but Hua Xiao's mood was not high. Finally, when no one was paying attention, Hua Xiao ran out. He came to the dock where Liang Yu was on a mission that night, wanting to wait there for Liang Yu to come back. Seeing Hua Xiao's lonely back, the director of the prescription has a mixed heart. The comrades in the institute were very worried when they saw Hua Xiao's state. They proposed to take Hua Xiao over to meet Liang Yu. Director Fong said that he had fought for it many times, but the hospital said he was afraid of cross-infection. Don't let Hua Xiao go to the hospital to visit. At this moment, Hua Xiao seemed to feel something and ran out quickly. It turned out that Liang Yu had a premonition that something had happened to Hua Xiao, and she quietly ran out of the hospital. Hua Xiao happily pounced on it. Finally, they met. Countless thoughts have come to fruition at this moment. For trainers, police dogs are not only animals, but also silent comrades in arms. These silent heroes are indispensable for every rescue. Don't remember their goodness when disaster comes. Their sacrifices and dedications should be remembered. They deserve attention and respect. Not all heroes wear capes. Who says that those who stand in the light are considered heroes? Salute to these brave and fearless search and rescue dogs and riot dogs. After several twists and turns along the way, today's Style Island also welcomed 3 pairs of newcomers. Along the way, I have to say that it is really not easy for them. In the face of danger and gangsters, the police always rushed first. They are not afraid of hardships, life and death, sacrificing their lives and forgetting themselves to protect the safety of people's lives and property. There are no quiet years, but there are countless people carrying the burden for us. So far, I also wish all police officers better and better in the days to come, and they can return safely every time they go to the police.